What up? What up? What up? Strictly Podcast, man. Episode number 143. My name is Randy Little. How you been? Uh on this episode we got the three-man weave popping. It is obviously myself, it is Nick, it is Rocket. And we just recapping the summer movies, what we liked, what we didn't, couple rants. You know how we do. We always get off topic. And we stand pat to what we are known for this episode as well. Yeah, the summer movie season, if you're unaware, if you're unfamiliar, if you're not hip to the game, the first weekend in May all the way through Labor Day is the summer movie season. We're recording this Labor Day weekend, and that is the summer movies. So, recently released theatrically, maybe on streaming, the Crow remake came out, as well as Blink Twice. And this current weekend, Afraid, the AI horror movie, came out, as well as a Ronald Reagan biopic starring Dennis Quaid. This upcoming weekend, the long-awaited Beetlejuice sequel, Beetlejuice, will be in your theater. And then the weekend of Friday the 13th, the weekend of the next episode, will be The Killer's Game, Speak No Evil, and something else. Shit, I don't know. But I'm at least looking forward to The Killer's Game. On physical media, let's find August the 20th right quick. August the 20th had Death to Smoochie get a Blu-ray from Shout Factory. I see a Can't Hardly Wait 4K. I see a Red Eye 4K. I see a Tremors combo pack. I see a Halo Season 2 4K. Let's go to the 27th. I see a Drive Steelbook. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes got a release. Succession got a complete Blu-ray series in DVD packaging. The Watchers, Watchmen, Chapter 1, the Garfield movie, and Resident Alien Season 3. Let's kick it to September, the 3rd? Upcoming this Tuesday, I see a Sweeney Todd 4K. Nothing. I see a League of Their Own 4K. Nothing huge. No, like, straight out of the theater releases. Until we get to the 10th of September, I see Inside Out 2. I see Late Night with the Devil. I see Knuckles. I see Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived. I see a complete collection of the Super Friends cartoon from the 70s and 80s. An Evening with Kevin Smith is getting a Blu-ray. Ted Season 1, which was better than I thought it would be. Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 1. The action movie Kill, that went under probably everybody's radar back around 4th of July. That is getting a Blu-ray. And that is it until I get back with y'all in 2 weeks. Yeah, summer movies. Rock with us. Fun conversation. Lots of laughs. Make sure you giving us some sort of rating. YouTube, whatever podcast platform you listening to us on, man. It's all love, man. And it is always Rec League. Yeah, so I thought Nick was gonna keep talking and I was just gonna intro the pod just mid conversation. But Nicholas, by way of VA, Rocket, somewhere up north,
Yeah.
Recording on a Labor Day Sunday. Eric Sigmund is who actually verbally committed to being on this episode. Pretty sure it was on wax too. He had to work.
Amazing.
I'm gonna make fun of you guys for making money while we're chopping it up, but I gotta make a living. So before we get into the main topic, I wrote down one thing, and it's kind of stupid, but it's news. Jurassic World Rebirth. How do we feel about a title and 2 stills, guys?
Yeah, I'm there. One of those things, like, I'm there regardless. It could look like I'm going to rewatch all the movies and go see it.
Yes.
I mean, Scarlett Johansson's in it, so I'm there.
Yes.
Yeah. She got earrings. Nobody is commenting on the picture. Everybody's commenting on the dude. How he's got the round glasses. And oh, we got nerds back. She's got like 12 rings in her ear, and no one's saying anything about it. I guess maybe it's nothing, but are they going to try to make her like edgy girl? Like, she going to be like the Crow? Like, oh, look, you wouldn't know this, but I'm actually really punk rock. I'm into dinosaurs because it's punk rock. You can tell by my ears.
I kind of like it, though, because it's... Remember, this world is happening. It doesn't have to focus on the characters.
Yes, that is quite a bit of earrings.
You know, other things are happening somewhere else and affecting other people. So that's the reason why I kind of like it, in a sense. I mean, you have the OG 3, you know, Laura Dern, you know, Gold Blue. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Are they coming back?
No, I think they're done.
No.
But then you have, you know... Then you have, you know, the new trilogy in Jurassic World with Pratt and all that. And then you have now, I'm guessing they're going to try to do another trilogy here with Scarlett Johansson. So, I mean, I kind of like it in a sense, but I think they should have waited a little bit longer. But
yeah.
They announced it
Facts.
like a year ago, and it's already like going. Like, they're like, here's pictures and a date and a title and a thing. And I'm like, what if it's
my only hope that this is remotely good is Gareth Edwards.
Yeah. I'm like, that's, you know.
He has no misses.
Yeah. That's gonna, that'll be good.
But Scarlett, like Mahershala, Jonathan Bailey looks like Alessandro Nivola, but I'm sure there will be no connection.
Yeah, but the earrings.
Yes.
What's going on?
There were quite a bit of earrings. But it's also like Dominion ended, and humans and dinosaurs are just kind of like freely just living in the world together. What else can they do with new Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic World movies, other than try to wrangle all the dinosaurs back into one isolated place?
Yeah, it's definitely screaming like we need to keep this going. All 3 of these movies made $1 billion. $1 billion with a B. All 3 of them did.
Bravo. And, yes.
Like, I'm not surprised, but it is just it's a touch concerning that they're just like, oh, we're doing more Jurassic, and like it's gonna be done this year and it's coming out next year. Like, hold on to your butts. And I'm like, okay.
That is insane.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's okay. But at the same time, it's like I said, like, I'm just going to watch all 6 of the other movies and go see this in an IMAX theater. And probably, like, I feel like Twitter wants me to hate the Jurassic World trilogy.
No.
And I don't. I feel like all 3 of them were, like, really fun in their own way. Even, like, Dominion. Like, people hated Dominion. No. Like, I didn't get the bugs.
I thought Fallen Kingdom was the low point of that trilogy.
Yeah, and it was fine. They had fun with it. They were doing weird things.
Weren't they like trying to do like a hybrid human dinosaur hybrid?
Fun, stupid.
Yes,
dumb.
Because
like a clone thing.
I'm standing on the business. Was it a clone?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm
Yeah.
standing on the business that the human xenomorph hybrid does not work. It's 0 for 2, and I'll die on that hill. We'll get there later.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm yeah, cool.
But
It'll make $1 billion with a B. Dominion made $1 billion
4th of July weekend.
in like
Yeah.
COVID era. Like that was like just post COVID when they were talking about Top Gun. Dominion made $1 billion. It's
All these
okay.
all these
People-
fucking nerds are trying to say that it's gonna affect the Superman box office or the Fantastic Four box office. It's like, not really.
to me that's such a non-existent conversation because I just go see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people don't, but I'm like, I'm Superman. I'm there day one. Like I'm sorry,
Same.
it's
Same.
even if it sucks. It's like we were just talking about the Crow. It's like
not
there's
gonna
just certain
suck.
things. It's like yeah, I'm gonna go see it though. Like I don't. It might suck. I don't know, but it's like Fantastic Four. It's like that means nothing to me. It's like yeah, I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four at day one. It's not gonna affect my box office.
And the thing with Superman, like you were saying, Nick, is like with the Crow, whether it's good or bad, whatever. People, I'm gonna go see it because I like James
Whether
Gunn.
it's bad or bad.
I love Man of Steel. Man of Steel is very underrated. I love Man of Steel. I want to see what James Gunn has to do. And my guy's Henry Cavill, so like just seeing it, but you're gonna have people see it to hate watch it, which is dumb to me.
But it
So
still
that movie's gonna
boosts the box office.
Yeah, you're gonna make it. It's gonna make money. What you want to hate watch it? Come on in. That's how James Gunn sees it.
Hate watch it multiple times.
Yeah.
All the way to
All in the bag.
Superman is my most
I know.
anticipated movie of 25. Let's fucking go.
if we're comparing those, I'm like, there's no way Superman's gonna be bad. Sorry, no way it's gonna be bad. Sorry, Fantastic Four looks great. I don't know.
It does.
It could suck. Maybe it could be like a miss. I don't see it happening. I can see Jurassic World sucking,
Oh yeah.
but I also feel like it's gonna make money. Like it's Jurassic World, and that's all that matters. It's not all that, but it's like it's fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm there. Fuck it, give it to me.
And you know what's so funny about Fantastic Four too is, I mean, the cast is phenomenal. I mean, you got Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, but I think the key is going to be Joseph Quinn, because I'll tell you this: people like obviously these actors have done other things. When he was on Stranger Things, that's what stood out in Stranger Things. Okay, and in A Quiet Place Day One, he went toe to toe with Lupita Nyong'o. I mean, he was phenomenal in that. So the guy can act.
Agreed.
So coming in this, hey, I'm down for this.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there for all of it. We'll
All
just
right.
see how the people decide.
All right.
Pretty much, yep.
So, horrible segue incoming. All I got left is just reacting to summer 2024 movies, because this weekend effectively ends the summer movie season. I wanted to, I don't know how to approach this. What did we all end our summer on? I ended on The Crow. Rocket.
Afraid.
I was afraid of the Crow. That's the problem. So yeah, I ended on the Crow. So
Okay. I kind of want to do like I do the previews and just maybe go weekend by weekend each month. And I'm assuming me and Nick started the summer on The Fall Guy. Rocket, did you watch
Mhm.
Fall Guy?
same.
Okay.
Yeah, love that. That movie is great.
Feels like I just did that. Like it
Right?
feels like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sucks. That's stupid.
And
We all agree that was kind of a weird movie to start the summer. I think it would have made
Very
more
much.
money.
if it
I
stayed
don't
in
know
March.
if it would have, but like, I don't know. It's really like a big event movie to start the summer.
Apparently there's
And
an extended version on Peacock.
Yeah.
It's just because Deadpool moved. Like, Deadpool was supposed to start the summer. And,
Was it?
yeah.
Why do I?
Because Marvel always kicks off the first weekend in May.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not saying it needed to be like a Marvel something, but it just, like, Planet of the Apes maybe been like a good movie to kick it off. Just been like,
Yeah.
hey, the fucking monkey are here. Or like Twisters or something. Not that the Fall Guy didn't feel big. I just don't, like, it didn't, like, position itself as, like, an event movie.
It should have been that first weekend in March that it originally was.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
I agree, Nick. I agree because, like, if you think about it too, about the Fall Guy, I guarantee if it was called something else, who knows? But the Fall Guy, it was
Thumbs
based
up.
off the TV series in the '80s. Now, unless my dad, I grew up watching it because of my dad. My dad watched it, so I knew what this was about, right? And at the end of the day, though, a lot of people don't even this movie's based off the TV series. Nobody knows. Not guarantee you, a lot of like normies and other people that just go out to see movies, they don't even know this is based off a TV series. So
Yeah.
I feel like the Fall Guy should have been dropped like midsummer because it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. It's a good time and all that. I think it should have dropped midsummer. Because like you're saying, always to kick off the summer, it's either like a Fast and Furious movie or a Marvel movie or something to that extent, like a big IP, which we didn't have this year.
I think studios should look at like maybe I'm reaching and getting too movie geek about it, but it's like Atomic Blonde was end of July, Hobbs and Shaw was first weekend in August, Deadpool 2 mid-May, Bullet Train early August. Like, it sounds like David Leitch has like a window of when his stuff drops, and it all performs moderately well. So give him one of those end of July, beginning of August weekends. Fall Guy could have been a little more well received.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I enjoyed it though. I don't think down as like a historic flop or anything like that. Like, good movies typically don't do that, even if they're good when they underperform. They'll just be like, "Oh, it's a shame." Whereas Borderlands or something like that, they'll just laugh at it for years. Like, let's relax. Let's be nice.
Speaking of might wanting to make you throw up, Nick, you saw the Tarot Card movie, didn't you?
I did not.
Really?
Skip. A rare skip.
Did you watch?
I didn't care. It looked run-of-the-mill shit to me, and I just never got there. Like, I was like, I don't care.
That's exactly why I didn't watch Afraid. Did we watch the Pop-Tart movie on Netflix?
I did not.
It was fine.
Once I don't care about something, like, it's hard for me to go back. Like, it happens, but it's hard for me to go back and be like, all right, fine.
I'm like Nick.
It was fine. A lot of the humor missed more than it hit, but I'm always down for new Seinfeld content.
I just didn't care. Like, I couldn't get there. Like, I was like, I just don't.
I don't know when this
care.
Went out wide, but I know that some of y'all purchased I saw the TV Glow.
Mm-hmm. I have not watched it yet. It's coming soon. But it never came to a theater directly around me. It was always at my downtown theater for like a week, and I couldn't get there. Like, I was just working like insane hours, and I just couldn't get downtown to see it. But I do own it. I'm going to watch it soon, and I'm looking forward to it. I just haven't had like a free moment.
Eric saw it. Damn,
I heard it was great.
Employed bastard.
It was like a handful of movies that I blind bought.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to it.
A handful that I have not watched yet. They're coming.
I'm not seeing that. When I first saw the trailer of that movie, if I see a trailer and it's too weird and I got to use my brain, I'm out. Like, my brain hurts already watching movies. Like, I'm good. I don't need to like dice and understand, and yeah, I'm okay.
I saw that trailer in IMAX when I went and saw Civil War. It was like weird. It just felt like this movie on an IMAX screen.
Like, and then it's like you said, A24,
like Maxine, bitch. And I was like, this should be an IMAX. This looks amazing. Then it was like, oh, the TV Glow. And I was like, this looks like it should be playing on a little TV. It does not. Everything should be an IMAX. But I was like, it just doesn't feel like it was even made to be this big. Like, it feels like a tiny little thing. I'm very excited to watch it at some point soon.
The following weekend, we got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, recently released on physical media.
Rocked.
Yep.
It was pretty fucking dope.
It was.
I'm excited for more, but I don't need them to let Jurassic World it.
I agree.
Just like give it to be like, okay, we are working diligently on continuing this 4-movie streak of absolute just fucking bangers.
Yeah.
Are they gonna make another one?
I think? Isn't that like the plan?
I thought I saw something that said that Disney kind of wants to put out like 9 of these.
That's what I heard too, but I wasn't sure if they were gonna actually do it.
9? I'd take like another trilogy. I'd take like 2 more and see where it goes.
I mean,
he was looking at the
business model is always let's go movie by movie.
Yeah, I get.
I just love how they kept, even though Caesar, this is X amount of hundreds of years or like 100 something years after Caesar. I just love how they kept that character involved in this, because every time you mentioned it, you thought about the other ones right away. It's how they intertwined that.
Yeah, the approach was like, it reminded me for a minute. I was thinking, this is similar. What does this remind me of? Like, it's not like it's similar plot or anything, but they reminded me of the Watchmen TV show with the way Rorschach, like a bunch of people wearing his mask. They were like terrorists and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, it's like misunderstanding someone's like message. And then it's like, but no, he's Jesus Christ. That's what it is. Like, it's Watchmen or the Bible. It's like one of them. But that's what it's like. But that's just, I was like, this reminds me directly of something like recent that I can't put a handle. But yeah, I thought that was cool because that wasn't really advertised as the book, and it was like for Caesar, and I was like, oh wait, fuck, this is crazy.
It made almost $400 million against the 160 budget.
Hey,
it did well in terms of like Twitter cinephile numbers. It's like certain movies, and I saw it a lot this summer. Like certain movies, whether they were even good or not, it was like a Twitter film liked it, they weren't going to besmirch it, even if it underperformed or even if it wasn't that great. So it was like Planet of the Apes got to be in that camp. It did great. It did quite well. But if you looked at Twitter, they were just like an absolute heater of a film. I loved every frame of this masterpiece. I was like, okay, cool. The Batman was that 2 years ago. Batman could have underperformed, and
right.
Twitter would have had Jubilee. Godfather.
All right. Well, Chris Pine directed Pool Man that I don't think anybody saw because I haven't heard anybody talk about it since right before it came out.
What is it called?
Pool Man.
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard it was trash.
I never heard of it.
I heard it was straight dookie.
Yeah. No offense to Pool Man. That's not me.
No.
I cannot speak.
No. Adam Sandler played a pool man in Airheads.
I wish I was in a swimming pool right now.
How do we feel about If?
I thought it was okay. My mom loved it.
Nice.
I actually know a couple who like lost their minds, like they cried and shit. Mm-hmm. So it struck a chord with some of the people that went.
It was.
I thought
heartwarming.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a little bit predictable. Like as the movie went on, you started figuring it out.
I did not.
I didn't understand. Remember, okay, so her mom died.
Yes.
And then her dad has plot disease. And he's in the hospital, and he's like, oh, I've got this plot disease. I'm like, is he sick? Is he in there for a checkup? What are we doing? Like, what's the problem here? And, like, they don't say. And it's like they're just building up to, like, oh, no, I've got some news about your dad. And I'm like, I literally don't know if he's sick. Just because he's in the hospital. He's, like, goofing around in the hospital.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you do sick parents? Why would you do this? So that part of it kind of fell a little flat. And then as it was going, I was like, obviously, the twist is the twist. And then I was right. Not to spoil it on here. I don't know if people saw it. But I was like, oh, duh.
I never see those coming.
I feel like kids will probably enjoy it. Like, you know, if I could have seen it like a child, I probably would have been like, wow, that was really great. That really took me there. It was fine. Fine. I give it a 3.
Before
I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again someday.
Before I say this next movie, there is still no confirmation. Rocket, did you see The Strangers Chapter 1?
No.
You can just rewatch The Strangers.
I mean, that series, The Strangers, crazy. I mean, some people I know, there's a person I work with in those movies, they will not watch something that's too realistic.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even want to watch it. This shit like this can happen.
They'll love Strangers Chapter 1. They love Chapter 1.
But what are they doing? Like, this is one thing about, and it's not just the Strangers, franchise. A lot of franchises do this. They'll start a franchise, boom, it does great or does solid, and then let's do the prequel. Like, I don't need explaining. There's a reason why Strangers did what it did.
Yep.
Just go from there. Sometimes having that mystery and letting your mind try to figure it out on its own is more scary than explaining it to me. Because once you explain it, it takes the mystery out of it. I don't really care.
The point of the film, The Strangers. It's like they even used it as the play. It's like, why are you doing this? It's like,
because you're here. You know what I mean?
And it's like, that's it. That's it. That's scarier than, let me tell you exactly what. It's like,
yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
Kill me. It's like, and then Pray at Night kept that energy. It's a very different kind of movie.
Yes.
That's why I kind of knock it a bit. It's more of like a slasher movie, which the first one I don't think of as a slasher movie at all. First one is like a home invasion. I mean, it is sort of, but it's like it's only 2 victims, really. Well, 3, but it's like it's just we're in your house. Fuck you, we're in your house. The second one is like every character one by one. It's like, how are we gonna kill this guy? Crazy, and it's like we lost the plot a little bit, but the energy's there. Like you're doing this. She's like, why not? Then it's like, okay, that works.
That works.
It's like, I don't know. It started doing every like cliche thing. Like they went to the small diner, everybody looked at him, and I mean everything. Like the boyfriend was like, "Do you have any vegetarian?" It's like, "Oh look, we've got a vegetarian here." And it's like I've seen that in a million movies. And Richard Brake is the cop, and I'm like, okay, he's sitting there, he's going to be important, and then he never really does anything. They go out, the plugs in their car are cut. This is all in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything, but it's just like it's every cliche thing, and then it's, oh, what's going on? And then, oh, it's the handyman. He's right there. Oh my god! And then he's just like, y'all having trouble. And it's every like cliche thing you could put into a movie.
Yes.
I think the best franchise to do a prequel was the Purge franchise. Because if you think about it, like the first Purge, yeah, it explains, but it's how it explains it. Like nobody wanted this to happen.
Yeah.
The government did. And hence the government pushed this. So I just think they did it way better.
Every Purge movie after the first one is better than the first one. That's one of the hills I'll die on. Is the first like the original isn't horrible, but it's like it's not what it was like this massive hit, but no one liked it. And I was like, I think it was this massive hit because people liked the concept and they wanted it to be what Anarchy was. It was like they thought it was going to be. And then you had the election year, and like the first Purge explained more of like a government orchestrated thing, and it's like they would do this to you. I was like, oh, that's interesting. The Strangers doesn't do that at all. At least chapter 1, it's like, okay, maybe there's going to do a 2 and a 3. I haven't heard any updates about that yet.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm like, oh, will I go see it? Probably. Fuck it. But it's like, am I itching to know, like, who is it? Like, who is doing this to these people? No. Like, I didn't give a fuck about the victims at all. Like, I didn't care. But to, like, the nth degree, I was like, I mean, okay, obviously these are victims, these are the bad guys. Okay, run away, get in the truck. All right, there's no one around the truck. drive the truck normal. Oh, you crashed into a tree. There's trees everywhere. You crashed into a tree. And then it's like, okay, now they're pulling you out of the truck. You had your whole chance to drive the truck. That spawned in. It was just stupid. And just about halfway through it.
But the mid-credit scene.
There's a credit scene that is like nothing.
So stupid.
It's either nothing, or it's going to give way to like the dumbest like little plot reversal idea ever that I have in my head. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I kind of just want it to mean nothing.
It almost made $50 million on a $8 million budget. Why haven't they announced Chapter 2 yet?
It did really well. And it was there's so many good horror movies this year. There has been an abundance. Like the summer, really. Like said like April to like now. There have been so many great horror movies. And like The Strangers was not one of them. Even the slightest.
Like I haven't had a chance, but I'm gonna have to wait till it comes out. Long Legs. I haven't seen Long Legs yet.
Hey. We're not in June yet, guys.
That June?
I think so.
Was it? I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like it was July.
Maybe it was July. But none of us saw the Amy Winehouse movie.
No.
Sorry.
Thelma, Nick, you watched Thelma the Unicorn. That's not.
What is that?
Oh, I thought that was that DreamWorks thing that was on Netflix. It was not. Babes. I bought Babes. I have not watched it yet.
I didn't watch Babes. I never saw a single trailer for Babes.
Me neither.
The trailer was funny. It's crazy when I got a trailer that y'all didn't.
I never
skip these movies that nobody's heard of. Rocket, did you see Garfield?
Not yet.
Garfield is another one that was kind of a dud.
Garfield? It's probably the best Garfield movie.
It definitely is the best Garfield movie.
I don't even know if I would say it definitely is. I say it probably.
That's not a high bar.
Yeah, it's like the first Garfield
Dookie
was watchable. Tale of Two Kitties was
Dookie.
Less watchable. I had never seen.
I think I put A Tale of Two Kitties over the first one. I don't remember. They're both ass.
Like I remembered the first one. Like I remember watching it when it came out, like having it, just being like.
Every half of a star that either of those movies got were for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah. Ooh wee. And like Bill Murray like voicing Garfield. That's good. That's good casting.
It should be
better than Chris Pratt voicing Garfield, which was not inspired at all.
No,
nothing against him. I was just like, that's not like you're supposed to get somebody with that kind of lazy.
It's like Sony just heard like, well, he just got cast as Mario. You think he can do a lazy cat? Fuck it, yeah. Throw him a fucking bag of money.
It's like when they made the Grumpy Cat movie, which is just Garfield. But
yes.
you remember the Grumpy Cat? May he rest in peace.
Yes.
But it was like 10 years ago. They made a Grumpy Cat like Christmas movie for DVD, and Aubrey Plaza played the voice of the Grumpy Cat. That's great. It's like, okay, they understood the assignment. I didn't watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
Oh, yeah,
but it's like they understood.
We believe
like,
that.
Aubrey Plaza has that kind of like energy. And I'm like, Chris Pratt has dog energy. He doesn't have lazy cat energy. So that was uninspired casting. I've thought way too much about this, I guess. He's got dog energy.
But it's like, you know who probably could have been a perfect Garfield but just does not at all have the voice? Seth Rogen.
Who? Yeah, something like that. Or just that kind of like, I don't know. It's like having Benedict Cumberbatch do the Grinch, like, made sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's kind of mad.
Yeah.
He's got that, like, deep, serious voice. Like, he's always kind of mad. Always kind of pissed. I didn't hate Garfield. If they made a Garfield 2...
I'd watch it.
How did it even do? Did it, like... It didn't seem like it overperformed at all.
It did good enough to get a slipcover on the Blu-ray.
Yes. I gotta pick it up.
It did 257 against a $60 million budget. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yep, it makes money.
It didn't do like Inside Out 2 numbers.
Well, nothing really did.
Nothing in history has done Inside Out 2 numbers. Yeah, Garfield was watchable. It was fine.
What about Furiosa?
It was watchable. It was fine.
There you go. Jake loved Furiosa.
It rocked.
Furiosa was dope.
I like Furiosa.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was definitively not the best like Mad Max. Like some people were like, I think this is the best. Serious. Oh my god, it's toe to toe. And I was like, it's not as good as Fury Road or the Road Warrior to me. Like
it's not even recency bias anymore. It's just motherfuckers in their takes for attention.
Yeah, kinda. It's like this rocks. I'm like watching it. I'm like, this is really, really great. And as it went on, it kind of got better. And I was like, okay, this is great. In IMAX, it's great. The people that were there were like into it. Like they were like there to see it. A good experience.
Furiosa is clearly the third best Mad Max movie.
Yeah, like to me, it was like, yeah. Like I had just watched Fury Road the night before, and I was like, this is not as good as Fury Road. Just like straight up, it's not going to get 10 Oscar nominations.
Or Road Warrior.
Maybe a few, but it's not, you know. Yeah, and like Road Warrior to me is like the pace setter for the whole, like, and it's really not, but it's just like the whole like post-apocalyptic genre. Like there were movies before the Road Warrior, obviously has been movies since, but to me that's like the bar. It's like when you think of something being post-apocalyptic, I think of the big fucking dude, just walk away. Like I think of that, and I'm just like, yeah, that's it. That's what all of these movies are trying to be. They're trying to hurdle that. And I was like, I don't know if Furiosa did great. I thought it was really great. I wish it had done better.
Yeah.
It deserved to make a lot of money and like get a big audience to have another sequel or whatever. But
I feel like that happened, like that and The Fall Guy, the two ones that were pretty solid movies, good movies that people just didn't go out to go watch.
People were like freaking out. It already feels like we haven't had that freak out in a while. But it was like that little time frame with those two movies. People were like, "What is going on?" It's like they just assumed that it would be huge hits.
That was that's when they dumped them on streaming really fast, and everybody started tripping. I remember that.
But the thing that
it barely
Furiosa,
made.
though, I think.
I bet. What's that, Rocket?
No, with Furiosa, that was the thing is, it came out, and then after 2 weeks after it came out, I think HBO or HBO Max or whatever was saying, yeah, on date this of this year, it's coming on Max. So it's like, why the hell am I going to run out to go watch it when I just got to wait 3 more weeks or 3 or 4 weeks to go see it for free? Like, I think that's what these streaming services and these studios, they need to get out of their own way. I understand you're trying to get subscribers and all that, but you basically just ambushed your own movie.
I think if they want to make money,
that's a fact.
It's like none of us are in the business. Is like, you know, people love to pretend that they know every single in and out of like the business. It's like none of us are in the business. It's like I'm not necessarily speaking to like this is exactly how it should be. But it's like you notice like Deadpool and Wolverine has been out for well over a month.
Oh, absolutely.
Not on Disney Plus yet.
We're still getting ads. Like I'm getting ads. Like I'm assuming it's Ryan Reynolds talking about something. It's like, oh no, it's just Disney still advertising it on Instagram. And go see what everyone's talking about. And it's all been spoiled, and no one cares. Like,
I was about to say, I literally saw a TV spot last night with Johnny Storm in it.
Yeah, and it's like no one really cares. They did it with Endgame. Like after a few weeks, they were just like, "Go see Captain America fight himself." It's like, wait, whoa! I feel like we should. It's like no one really cares, and it's not anywhere near having a streaming date anywhere. Like I keep seeing ads, and I'm just being like, "Oh, is it coming on digital?" It's like absolutely not. To me, I feel like if the box office is still like the way movies make like the bulk of their money, and it is, it has to be. you need to find a way to advertise the theatrical experience, like seeing the movie in the theater, which is a way that Deadpool, like, they've really tapped into. Like, it's obvious, like, go see the movie everyone's talking about. Go see Blake Lively, fighter boyfriend, on the big screen. It's like in certain movies, like, it works, and it's like Furiosa, like, they didn't do it. Like, they were like,
Yeah.
It's like they did it with the bike riders, they did it with the Fall Guy, and after like a certain time, it's like, oh, we already have a digital date for this. And it's like once that date is out in the ether,
nobody cares.
Box office is going to crash.
Like, well, deal with people on their cell phones when I can sit at home on my cell phone and watch Borderlands and not have to do it. It's like a part of your push should be experience Furiosa, the movie that people are calling the best film ever made ever. And it's like, okay, I will do that. I'm not saying it will work, but it's like we should still keep that because it does work with movies like Deadpool and Alien and these movies that are doing well. Twisters like did a whole push about how it was, you know, go fucking see it in a fucking theater and get your shit rocked. 40X, I've never seen so many people talk about 40X as Twister. They did like the 40X Twisters challenge where people were doing before and after and their hair was fucked up. And I was like, that's amazing. It's perfect advertising to get film. Why would you put it on digital ever? Like, why?
I agree.
Yeah.
It is.
I feel like this is how David Zaslav, okay, obviously
Idiot.
he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy, successful, but I feel like what they're doing with this, like, remember, Discovery, they brought out, you know, HBO and Max and Warner Bros. And all that. You may do good with television network stuff. This is the main leagues right here when it comes to Hollywood and movies. And I feel like Nick's going to love this analogy, but it's like in sports, Michael Jordan might be the greatest of all time, but when he ran the Bobcats, they sucked weenie. You know what I mean? It's like, just because you may be great at one thing, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful at something else. And I feel like Zaslav, he's good at what he does, but his weakness is HBO Max, Warner, but like it's always that.
I don't want him to take my movies from me before I even have a chance to like. Like, I wanted to see Wile E. Coyote. What the fuck? You don't think I want to see Wile?
I was dying to see it, but I heard that was announced. I grew up watching that as a kid.
I want to see some Wile E. Coyote. People don't love space. Like, go fuck yourself. The Batgirl movie doesn't work at all. It's unwatchable. It's unwatchable. For sure, dude. For sure. Yeah, right. I don't want to watch. Let me decide that.
Crow, that shit was
a couple. 20 minutes. We'll get there. We'll calm down, Rocket. We'll get there. A couple streamers. Atlas with J-Lo, Hitman with Glenn Powell. Did we all watch Hitman?
Yes.
I don't think any of us watched Atlas.
Hitman was.
I've never seen it. I watched Atlas.
That looked like it was made by the Netflix algorithm. Like, I'm sorry. No offense to J-Lo.
Brad Payton.
To anybody in the movie. Sterling K. Brown.
The director of San Andreas directed that.
Stayed on San Andreas too. I thought we were gonna get that.
No, he also did Rampage.
It's kind of like Rebel Moon. It's like I really didn't care. It's just like you gave me like the one little thing. That's like, this is directed by Zack Snyder. I'm like, okay. Let's see what he's doing. But it's like Atlas gave me nothing. It just looked like every movie. It looked like a video game, the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just care. Hitman had it. It was the best director ever.
Adira Arjona must be it. I agree.
Yeah. The hottest woman I've ever seen, I think. Oh, here we are. We're all together. We're making this fun movie. And it was really good. It was really funny. Good story. I really, really liked it.
The dickhead from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and he was great. Great ensemble. It was lots of fun. So people maybe overhyped it a touch last year when it was doing like the festival
Yeah.
because they were acting like it was the greatest thing to come out of the festival, and then Netflix scooped it right up. And it's like, oh, fuck. And it's like, oh, I would have died to see this in the theater. I think it played fine on Netflix, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I wish it would get a physical release.
Saying that, I don't know if you guys have heard, Flanagan, his movie Hush is finally coming out on physical through Shout/Scream Factory.
Yeah.
The article, I guess he fought hard to get the rights back to the movie, hence why Netflix pulled it off for I think it was on there for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I guess they were fighting him because he was pushing for a physical hard copy for it. And Netflix, he basically said in an article that Netflix, it's weird that they even put Stranger Things seasons 1 and 2 out.
Mm-hmm. They put his haunting shows out. I didn't love those, but I bought them. It's like, this is rare.
I think when shit on Netflix gets physical releases, I think it's because other studios are involved.
That's exactly it. When they do their own stuff, that's why he said he was surprised Stranger Things got a release. His movies that are on Netflix, he had to fight Netflix because he says that's not their priority. They're not in the business of that. They don't even want to do anything on physical. And he got the rights back to Hush. That's why it's coming out.
Yeah.
So that's why it's been off. But he says when it comes to Netflix, unless a studio, like you just said, Randy, they scoop it up from a studio, buy it, it's licensed in a sense where this is getting physical. So you can put it on Netflix, they buy it, but it's going to get a copy or a physical copy where when they put stuff up on their own, it will never see the light of day on physical.
I just want my glass onion. Not even all of it. It's just glass onion. I want my...
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the damn Spike Lee movie?
The Five Bloods.
The Five
Bloods, yeah.
That. I want, they're like, the good movies that are on there.
Yeah.
Trial of Chicago 7. I'm like, give me the really good ones that they do, and you can keep Atlas.
And you know what?
You can't keep Atlas.
I don't understand why Netflix can't do something like they have their own store. If you want this movie on physical, boom. It's not going to cost them much to do.
But the streams will nosedive.
Exactly. Yeah. Like A24.
Yeah. I don't know if it's profitable for them to do it, but I do kind of get a little when they do it's exclusives. I don't know why they do it. I don't know if it's profitable, but I'll see one. It's you have to buy it here. And I'm like,
but the thing is, I understand they may not make much money, but they're cutting out all the middlemen and all that. They're doing it themselves. You want this on physical, you got to come to us.
Yeah.
So they're making the profit. All that money, it's all them.
I've spent a lot of money like that, that Midsummer, the 4K director's cut, and the body yellow packaging, and it's I'll spend $50, $60 or whatever it is on that.
I mean, be honest. We all bought the blank CDs to burn songs and all that. How much does a stack cost? $20, $30? And that's a stack of 50.
Now probably 20 cents. You're going
to tell me, exactly. The only thing I do is make a cover, a slip, and that's it. That doesn't cost much. And it's,
more than
order. Yeah. You make them per order. You know what I mean?
More than
MOD.
Willing to spend all of a sudden again. Fucking Disney.
Close out May right quick. Did any of us see the Young Woman in the Sea with Daisy Ridley?
No.
Not yet, because when it was supposed to come out in theaters, they were like, "This is coming out in theaters, and it's getting Oscar buzz, and it's directed by a real director, and it's got Daisy Ridley and all that stuff." They framed it it was they put it in a festival or something, and everybody was like, "Wow, this was really great." And then it was they pulled it from theaters, they were going to slow release it to get Oscar traction, and then they didn't do that. It never came to theaters, and then just put it on Disney Plus.
That's weird.
Surprised it. They were just like, "Oh, yeah. By the way, this and we got."
I saw her selling it.
And I'm watching it. It's there, and I'm like, "Oh, I keep forgetting."
Yeah.
I didn't plan to watch it.
Nick,
I would watch.
You bought Ezra. Did you watch it?
I did watch Ezra, It's good. It's enjoyable.
Okay.
Well acted. Really good cast.
Very well.
Well written. Enjoyable. I enjoyed it. Glad it got physical. I saw the trailer, but again, it never came to a theater around me.
I think that's it for May. Are we all agreed that Furiosa was our favorite movie of the month?
No. I might go Apes.
That's what I was
shit.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Apes.
For
Forgot
some
it.
reason,
I blanked on Apes.
I have to look at.
So
I
let
have to
me
look at my. The Furious or Apes.
let me put my
Which
thing
one?
down, flip it, and reverse it. So I think that's it for May. Are we all agreed that Apes was our favorite movie of the month?
Yes, that's for me.
I like Furious. So
Switch.
I don't know if maybe. Fall Guy was good.
Oh,
Nick, I
Like
hate you.
Ezra.
That was pretty
We were
good.
about toe to toe.
That was pretty good. Going into June, Rocket, your favorite movie of the year, Bad Boys Ride or Die, came out that weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad the Crow moved. Remember?
It surely did,
That-
right?
That movie would have definitely made no money.
Bad Boys wouldn't have
Oh.
broke no records.
Hey, weren't they? I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, it's right where they left off. I mean, it was a great. It was a lot of fun. Although all the Bad Boy movies are fun.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad to see Will Smith back in this franchise in the sense of they're bringing it back.
Yes.
Hopefully another one, but
Hey,
like.
I do it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the past is the past. This thing made over $400 million, which is normally what a Bad Boys movie usually makes, maybe a tad more, but it made its money back. It was successful.
Yeah, dude.
Him and Martin Lawrence, the chemistry is always there. That's the best part about it. The chemistry, no matter how long a movie comes out, like a Bad Boys movie comes out, how it takes, when they get together, the chemistry is automatic. So, I mean, I had a lot of fun. Solid movie. I mean, I feel like maybe this should have started off the summer. But I think maybe they held it back because nobody knew how people were going to react to Will Smith being
Remember
in a
the
movie.
I think they were still like finishing up filming at the very beginning of the year.
Could be.
I remember the third one coming out in January,
Weird.
and it was kind of weird, but it was like, all right. Like, there's usually like one big-ish movie every January. It's like, all right, let's start the year off with Split or Glass or Cloverfield. Like, let's give us something in January. And this was like that, but it was like they undershot. Like, they were just like, yeah, new Bad Boys, whatever. It was like people were like, we've been doing this for 20 fucking years.
That shit. Let's put it in January, so if it bombs, we can just say, well, it came out in January.
January. Didn't it make like 80 million or something its opening weekend or something like that?
Bad Boys
was
for
like-
Life went gangbusters.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody. I went to see something. I think it was The Gentleman. I remember going to this theater like 45 minutes away, this big theater. I went to go see The Gentleman. And the lines were crazy at concessions and everything. It was just people going to see Bad Boys. I think it might have been Bad Boys' second week. And it was just like, oh, yeah, no. Like, we're ready for Bad Boy.
$426 million on a $90 million budget.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that this would do well. I was just like, yeah, new Bad Boys. But it was kind of like, I was like, a year ago, I didn't even know if we were really getting one.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, are we really, like, between the slap and Sony being Sony, it's like, are they even going to invest in another one?
Sony is butt cheeks.
I'm glad. I enjoyed it. Fucking Reggie. Like, I enjoyed it.
That was good.
It's like one of the distant franchises. You watch something like Alien a couple weeks ago, how up and down and all over the place it is. And then I'm just like, Bad Boys 1 through 4. I'm like, these are all about as good as one another, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You could say Bad Boys 2 was the worst. You could say Bad Boys 2 is the best. And I'd probably be like, you're right. No, for sure.
It's the worst, though.
Yeah, I thought that, like, when the last one came out, I did a ranking. I was like, all right, 2 is the most unhinged and out of control.
Yes.
But I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
more than all of them. I've watched 2 100 times. I've watched it so many more times than I've watched the first one. But rewatching them a couple months ago, it was like, I love 2. So I moved it up. Like, I was like, no, I love 2. I'd rather watch 2 10 more times than the third one. Even though the third one is really good. And the fourth one is really good. 2 has everything in it.
Hard agree.
No, Mike, he's all fucked up. So, yeah, I enjoyed all of them. Dead suspects can't say shit.
A couple of great sodas.
A couple of great sodas.
Nick, you saw The Watchers. The first mention of Shyamalan in this episode.
Yeah. That's the same person?
No. He has 2 daughters.
No. Different daughters. That's what I thought. I was like, wait, whoa.
But I think the director of The Watchers is his younger daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big flex.
Cooking. Like, okay, The Watchers isn't like when I was like shit-talking The Strangers a minute ago. The Watchers isn't nothing. The Watchers is something. It just doesn't really stick its landing. The Watchers is very much something. It's like, okay, you've got... So it's kind of like Lady in the Water. I don't really like it. I don't think it's a great movie, but it's something. It's like you look at Shyamalan and be like, you were doing something here. You just didn't really stick the landing. The Watchers is kind of similar to that. For most of the movie, I was just vibing with it because it didn't. You get to the point where you think you're waiting for the other shoe to drop because it's like, oh, there's going to be a twist. And then for the longest time, it doesn't really seem like a shoe is going to drop. You're like, wait, no. This is really what's happening. They're being watched by these things. And it's like, I was into it. I was like, okay, this is very simple. I'm like into it. Then you get to the end. There is a twist that kind of starts to present itself. And then they do the thing that like kills the momentum where they monologue about it for like 10 minutes. Yeah. It's like, let me tell you exactly how this happened without you knowing. I'm going to tell you exactly what I've been doing this whole time. It's like, all right, okay. And it's just like, we killed momentum. Because you're thinking it's getting to the end where it's like the Sixth Sense opens, it explains the twist without killing the momentum at all. It's an all-time plot twist. Because like a flower, it just presents itself. It's like, and there you have it. And it's like you stand back and you just wait for it to. It's like that was it. We didn't monologue about how it was a twist. We didn't monologue. Samuel Jackson didn't monologue for a half hour about how they called me Mr. Glass and I'm actually a bad guy. It just. This is it. And this makes the mistake of just really overexplaining it to the point where I was like, all right, you killed it. You killed the momentum. It's not nothing. It's worth a watch.
Shorty from Barbarian is in it?
Yeah, she is. She needs a new agent. She's doing the thing over and over again.
I feel like certain movies like that, like you said, the ending should explain itself. Like just let it gradually, naturally take its course, where I feel like here they're hitting you over the head with it. Oh, okay, I'm not. After a while,
but let me tell you the history of how we both came to be here at this moment. It's like no. I'm already kind of catching on to the thing. It should have just
let it be.
Presented itself. Oh, Bruce Willis is in the diner. Oh, it's actually oh, wow. It's like, we're not going to over-explain it. You either get it or you don't.
And then, like I said, like you said, The Sixth Sense, that movie was... The way they played those scenes, you're like, oh, at the diner, oh, she's pissed off at him. Like, you're thinking she's pissed off at him. That's what she's done. But then the ending of that movie just... Yeah.
Like just flower. It's like, oh... They're not even talking about how.
No, it just.
Like,
it just reveals itself. It revealed itself. That was it.
It's a perfect example. That's why people love it so much. That's why he's the king of the twist. And I think in some ways it kind of painted him into a corner because it's like Old didn't really need a twist. There didn't be a twist to the movie Old.
No.
I was again. It's like I was vibing with it the whole time. Just like, but it makes you old for some reason. It's fucked up. It's weird. The Village didn't need a bunch of twists. At the very least, they didn't need to. I think The Village is actually underrated. I don't think The Village.
I agree. I love The Village. I like The Village. I know a lot of people don't. But
Get to the
I like
end
The
is
Village.
where it kind of loses momentum, because the whole thing in the woods where she's out there and she's being like taunted, you already know that it's real at that point. So it's like
Mhm.
as scary as it could be if I didn't know that was Adrian Brody or whoever the fuck just in a suit. And it's like I didn't think we needed to. It could have presented itself easier. You kind of paint yourself into a hole when you're like, okay, where's the twist?
Also, by the way,
Yeah.
talk about Shyamalan movies. What do you think about The Signs and Sixth Sense coming out?
I'm so excited. I can myself. The Signs art is kind of goofy.
It is. It is.
I wish we had The Village.
I think The Village will be next. I think that's going to get announced next.
It's Unbreakable.
I hope so.
Village is
so,
going to be
so.
one of those that I have to buy the 4K because it's not going to get a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about it though is with Signs and Sixth Sense is that it's going to be 4K, Blu-ray, and digital. So I think that both formats will be in that. So at least you'll have the Blu-ray of it if you.
I know that, Rocket.
Hey, just making sure.
All right,
You're
let's
gonna like 3 4K.
let's break and then get back into June. So now I guess we go to Inside Out 2. I don't think any of us saw that, but I've heard good things. It's not like it's my second favorite movie all year.
Same.
I don't.
You know, I'm gonna spend the whole Inside Out 2 portion bitching about what the fuck. Like, it's the biggest movie like of all time, like ever, and it's getting a Blu-ray release or a steelbook.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's it.
I don't get me wrong. I like steelbooks and all that, but same thing would happen with Elemental. Same thing would happen with Wish.
It didn't
And now
happen
this.
with Elemental got a regular 4K.
It did? Okay, I bought the steelbook because I like the steelbook.
Yeah, but it's like it got a regular one that you could only buy through Disney Movie Club, which was a thing they were doing a year ago.
What is
Fuck
Disney
off.
Movie Club?
Exactly. It was like that was their last breath. They did it with The Little Mermaid 2 and The Haunted Mansion. But at least you could get them. And then also Walmart, which what the fuck is even a Walmart,
Facts.
was getting exclusive 4Ks. So
I
I
agree with
was
that.
just getting them from Walmart, and they were pretty nice. Wish, which was a flop, which I thought maybe, I was like, okay, maybe they just don't care about Wish. Like, this is like the biggest movie ever, like in the world. So it's like, I'm going to have to buy it on Blu-ray, like a fucking hobo. Because the steelbook is ugly. Like, maybe if the steelbook was nice, I'd consider it. It's like ugly.
I'm sitting pretty to the motherfucker. I love the slipcover art. It's that poster. I love it.
Slipcover art is fine, but it's like it's okay. I'm going to spend $30 on a Blu-ray because like they just don't feel like putting it out in 4K.
This.
At least the art is fine.
Yeah,
on
that's
that
not
one,
bad.
But I didn't buy it. I was like, I don't want just a one steelbook sitting in my like thing. So I just swallowed my pride and bought that. But like, I'm pissed about this.
Yeah,
I'm mad. It's just like, why? Why do it? Are you gonna
I'll
do
be
it
honest with
later?
Nick's a
so
steelbook
like,
guy.
I was looking at the Inside Out 2. The steelbook looks all right. If the Blu-ray has a slipcover, I might lean the Blu-ray route because I like that slip.
It should have
It
one,
better have a slipcover.
but still, we're talking
They should-
like, what did it make? $2 billion?
Yeah.
Like we're talking like what? You
Yeah.
don't think there's a market
That's what I'm
for
saying.
a
Like,
4K?
how much does it set
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, Sony, Disney? How much does it set you motherfuckers back to put a little slip of cardboard on a plastic case?
Yeah.
And the funny
Gosh.
thing is, this is at the end of the day. At the end of the day, is okay. Yeah. Remember, they already made their money back. This is all ancillary stuff. T-shirts, movie. Like, yes, okay. You got, like I said, you got to spend money to make money. They're already profiting.
Yeah.
They already profited, and
Thing on the table.
it's like this is okay. Yeah, you got to spend money. Okay, you might not get the same amount back, if 1.6 billion amount of money people have dollars worth have come seeing this movie, you don't think the same buy it?
Yeah.
It's like maybe not everybody, probably not everybody, but it's like what is this? Like I don't understand. It's like I don't. What the fuck? Deadpool will get a 4K when it comes out.
Yeah, and also if Disney Plus is smart,
but like it
Disney,
will. Planet of the Apes just got one. Alien will probably get one. It's like this.
Agree.
They're like no.
And if Disney's smart, I would release this on physical first for at least let it be out a month, then put it on Disney Plus. Because now you're gonna force people. I have to buy this if I want to see it right away.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
they're in the camp of put it on Disney Plus first to try to get people to invest in that. I'm like, you're hemorrhaging money with Disney Plus every single month. It's like, okay, I understand you want to make Disney Plus work. I get it. I like Disney Plus. I use it. I get that you want to make it work, but it's like you have something that has been foolproof for decades.
I agree.
And it's like they're getting rid of, like, they got rid of Disney Movie Club. They're getting rid of Disney Movie Insiders, which is that's been around for like 20 years or some shit. And it's like you're getting rid of all this stuff to pay for Disney Plus, which is going to keep losing you money.
And the funny thing about it, too, is if they were smart, I honestly thought Disney Plus was going to be like the Vault, where here's things, here's a whole catalog, boom, and then like say Inside Out 2 comes out, okay, great, we sell it on physical, it does great, whatever, and now time goes on, now it's on Disney Plus, it's in our vault, and like right now, what I'm upset about, whether the shows are good, bad, or they truly suck, the Star Wars steelbooks with the shows, or the Marvel ones, like, are we ever going to get a She-Hulk? Are we ever going to get, the Acolyte, or
the Acolyte, which has been scrubbed from fucking existence like a week.
But like, are we going to get these other movies? Like, I want my Loki season 2. Are we going to get, like, are they going to do that?
I invested in these bum-ass steelbooks, which are nice. I think they're not nice. I didn't want steelbooks, but it was like those, it's like, okay, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
I can't believe they exist. Inside Out 2 is like a no-brainer. It's like, why would I don't understand. Even Soul got a 4K, and Luca, and these movies that didn't even open in theaters.
Yeah, Soul is beautiful.
Inside Out 2 made $1 million, billion, cajillion dollars, and they're like, well, there's no...
Calm down, Dr. Media.
But the movie was outstanding. I loved it. It made me cry. I enjoyed it. It was great. I loved it. Yeah. I'd like to watch it in 4K.
Like, to be honest with you, like, Onward, this is what pissed me off. Onward, right?
Underrated.
But it's a Target exclusive, and the only way, because remember, they were selling Onward just like this. Like, no slip, no nothing, and the only way to get it is a slip or a version of a slip.
Yeah.
Because this comes with a book, because if you got the Target exclusive, like, why did they stop doing slip covers?
I remember how it was. I Disney Movie Club that, just thinking like, okay, yeah, I'll get it, and then we all like started getting it, and none of them had slips, and I was like, wait.
That was the first one.
Wait. Yeah,
we went all the way from.
Didn't even have a slip on that one.
We went all the way from Onward to like Thor: The Dark World, naked,
like that.
just bucket naked.
Love and Thunder.
Oh, I said the Dark World, idiot. The Dark World was also in that wave the first time they did it. So like, I'm confused. But it's like Love and Thunder came out with the slip, and like Lightyear was right there like 3 weeks before, and like that's when they changed their mind to give us the slips again.
Fuck Disney. Fucking around. And it was annoying. Yeah, they did it 10 years ago with the Marvel movies.
On the streaming service shit though, I've always been confused as to why like every single studio has its own streamer except for like Sony. Why isn't every single movie that you've ever fucking made on your streaming service never leaving, never getting deleted? And then if you want to fucking license some shit out to another studio, have at it.
Well, Sony's smart because right now they can license out to
Sony smart.
What
the fuck?
I mean,
What did you say?
think about it.
Besides,
They don't
when
have
it comes
to
to
pay
streaming,
for. Yeah, exactly. And the streaming wars, everybody's fighting for whatever. Why am I gonna limit my stuff to just this, where I could make money off everybody else? I'm gonna, license the Spider-Man movies to Netflix or to Disney or to whatever. And at the end of the day, I'm making money off every other studio, and they're paying me for my movie to go on their streaming service.
Yeah.
Look at Paramount Plus. That's
It's
done.
nothing. It's nothing.
It's done.
Nothing. Paramount Plus is nothing. It's the most nothing streaming service that I have. Even Apple is something.
At the end of the day,
they have Ninja
at
Turtles.
the end of the day, talk about Apple. At the end of the day, I could see it being Netflix and Apple, because I could see after a while, if Disney keeps on hemorrhaging money, it'll still be a Disney Plus, but I could see Apple buying that out.
Disney Plus was like a really good idea, especially like you said, like the Vault.
Yes,
it's a foreign concept for kids, but it was like that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Better fucking buy video because it's going in the vault, and you won't be able to buy it for like 5 years.
10 years. Yeah, I think it was like 10 years or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was never that serious, but it was like something they would do. And it's like, yo, you want Robin Hood? Well, it's on DVD now. Congratulations, part of the gold collection or whatever the fuck. And it's like, okay, we're gonna do that. And we're just gonna put it back out. You're gonna buy it. It was nice. So it was like, it was cool when Disney Plus came out. My mom was like, "Is Spin and Marty on here?" And I was like, "Let's find out." Holy shit! Like really, the old Disney stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like, okay, they're like, we're gonna take off Spin and Marty and like Air Bud and things that people might want to watch, and we're gonna start spending millions and millions and millions of dollars, hoping that people watch our fucking Star Wars show that like they didn't ask for, or like our Marvel show that good, bad, doesn't matter, but it's like you didn't really ask
Agatha
for any of the Marvel. Yeah, we didn't ask for Agatha. Looks good to me. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask, and I'm like, at the expense of Spin and Marty or Davy Crockett or something that is not really as accessible that I would like to go back and watch. It's like I don't really need Agatha. I don't really need Secret Invasion. I don't need them. It's not that they're bad, but it's like I don't need it. Netflix is the same way. I don't need Red Notice. I'd rather just watch a cool show or like something good without paying $20 a month. And it's like you can keep Six Underground. You can keep Atlas. You can keep these movies that cost way too much. I don't need Stranger Things to cost $100 million an episode. I don't need it.
Yeah.
The first season was good.
And that's the other stuff that I'd say is BS too. Is like you drop the Netflix Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, but not 3. You got Stranger Things 1 and 2, but not 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's you drop Luke Cage season 1, but not 2.
Ass.
Same thing with Jessica Jones. Like, and the thing that I want is we'll never get. I think it's one of the most underrated Disney movies is Meet the Robinsons. I would love to get that on 4K.
Yeah. No.
We're never getting that.
We're never getting that. Or Chicken Little. Treasure Planet or Atlantis. These movies that would look Dinosaur, which would look like a thing in 4K. No. We'll be lucky if we ever get like the Pirates of the Caribbean sequels. I have heard that they're cooking up Tron 4Ks next year. I have no proof.
They should.
I have no proof of this.
With Aries coming out, they fucking should be.
I want like everything in 4K.
And that's the thing is, the funny thing is this is if you notice, if you bought the Marvel movies on 4K or whatever, okay, great. But then
Disgusting cover
Disney
art.
Plus is showing them on 4K IMAX. I'm like, where are those at?
Bitch. Yeah. It's like, what are you... Bitch. Like, why would you do this? Why would you withhold this? Why? Because you have the power. You have the technology. It's like the $6 million man. It's like, we can do this. We have the technology. But it's like, why? Fuck it. We're not even going to give them 4K.
The following weekend, The Bike Riders and Kinds of Kindness came out.
Two of the best movies
Fuck
of the
your
year.
4Ks.
Bike Riders got a 4K release. It made like $7 in the theater. I got to buy it.
Bike Riders was
He's
great.
not wrong.
Bike Riders is my movie of the year right now.
Word.
I like Bike Riders, but I don't know if it's the rewatchability of it. It's like if it's on, all right, I'll watch it if it's on like a streaming service. But am I gonna go back and watch it numerous times? I don't know.
Can confirm it has rewatchability. I've rewatched it since I bought it, and it's really good. I love Kindness too.
That's gonna be a blind buy.
Kindness is, but I enjoyed it immensely. It's odd, really weird.
I'll watch that for the Emma Stone dance.
I think I'm a Lanthimos fan. I gotta go back and rewatch some of his other stuff. I think I'm a fan. Yeah, Bike Rider's my number one right now.
Nice.
They remember it.
They won't.
There's been a string of movies like as Civil War.
That summer release is gonna kill its momentum.
Yeah, and I'm like, and so many horror movies with really great performances, really great actresses in a lot of horror movies this year that are just going to get ignored once awards come around. And I'm like, that sucks.
Award season isn't acknowledging horror. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, but I'm like the Bike Riders. Like we've got to remember it when it comes back.
Rocket, did you see Thelma?
No.
I
feel like that's a lie.
Did not see Thelma.
I heard good things about that. That's with Jude Squibb.
Yeah.
I heard good things about Thelma, but it was another one of those, like, I never saw a trailer. It just kind of existed out of nowhere. I could go through it.
That's a lot of there's movies that are, like, just so small. We get so small releases, like, they have limited releases in these art house theaters, and it's just like...
But y'all are in state capitals. Y'all should have this access.
No. A lot of them will come to. I got a theater about 20-25 minutes away from me. But it's a hike to like drive downtown and like make time to go and see it. I do it from time to time, but it's sometimes if that's the only place it's playing, and I'm like my work schedule is fucked. I'm like I can't make it down to watch the TV glow. I can't see it, and then it's gone after a week. I feel like Thelma was probably that. Ezra was that.
I believe it.
Like, there's a movie I'm intrigued in seeing. I saw the trailer. I think it was Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
I want to see Dee Dee.
I want to see
I want to check it out.
It's nowhere.
The thing is this. It's a limited release. I have it, but it's at like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. I'm at work.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That just means it's a blind buy.
But that's the thing. We used to say that 10 years ago. It was like, oh, I missed it in theaters. I can blind buy it. I can rent it. We can't. I mean, we can do it. Like it'll hit digital, but it'll be like $20. I'm like, I'm not gonna rent it for $20.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'd rather buy it, and if it sucks, it's like, well, at least I own it.
Yep. So,
but like, we can't even guarantee movies like Dee Dee will get like physical release. Where's Pool Man? We were just talking about Pool Man. Where'd that go? Where does that go when it hits theaters, fizzles out? Doesn't get a home video. Where does it go? It just disappears. It's
home
gone.
Video.
Where's Argyle right now? Argyle is on Apple TV Plus.
That's it.
It's just there.
That's also, whether you like Napoleon or not, same thing. That's not a release.
That just got an extended version that makes it like 4 hours long.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'd like to own it. Watch it on my own leisure, but like when Apple TV Plus goes away, which it will eventually, where does Argyle go? Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. It exists. Where does it go? It just poof.
Pool Man.
That's the other thing. It's like
Pool Man is on Prime.
Monarchy. Like Monarchy. Are we ever gonna get a release of that? I highly doubt it.
Nope. No. All these Disney Plus, bringing it back to Disney Plus, all these movies that they had on there. The one and only Ivan was a movie about a gorilla, Bryan Cranston, based on a kid's book. I watched it. It was cute. It was good. It's gone, children. It's gone. It's
there's
not
nowhere to
there
see it.
anymore. It's gone. Magic Camp with Adam Devine is gone. It does not exist anymore.
something about a squirrel is gone. They had one about a squirrel. It's gone. And like to me, even if I watch them, whether they're good or bad, it's like they're gone. Like they don't exist. Everybody that worked on them, it's just like, sorry,
Yeah,
you can't show the movie you worked on.
So let's.
It's like, I did the effect on An Only Ivan with Bryan Cranston. It was a movie. I'll show you, and it's like, no, you won't. You will not.
Fuck you will.
Yeah, I think the fuck not.
So let's close out June and talk about A Quiet Place Day 1 and Horizon, an American Saga Chapter 1.
It's coming.
Is it though?
Horizon was cool. Yeah, it's coming.
I saw A Quiet Place. It's probably sitting in my top 10 right now somewhere.
Me too, probably. A Quiet Place crept up on me. I wasn't really excited for it, and
it's pretty fucking
really,
great.
really good to me.
Yeah.
It was, to me, I think it was the best of the three. And I'm not, like, married to that, because the other two were really good, but, like, this, it just, like, I don't know. I was just, like, it, like, moved me in a different way. Like, we went and saw it, and, like, she was crying, and I was like, can you relax? And I was like, maybe relax, but then, like, it got to the end, and I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, go. Like,
Can you
like,
relax?
I just got, like, yeah, I was like, yeah, and then they eating the pizza. I was like, this is different than what I was expecting. This is like, it's grabbing a hold of me in a different way from the first two, and I wasn't like prepared.
I have A Quiet Place sitting at number 9 right now.
It's probably hovering around my top 10 if it's not in it. There's a lot of summer movies, like Fall Guy was really good, Planet of the Apes, Furiosa, all these movies, if they're not in the top 10, they're like hovering around it. But yeah, that's like, I don't even know, that might be like my biggest surprise of the year. Maybe not biggest. I know Randy didn't see the first Omen, but first Omen also was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it is. This is weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that with a 666-foot pole.
No, that's one of my examples. It's like you would say, it's an Omen prequel. Cool. And it's like, wait, no. This is really, really, really good. This is really good. And day one was, it's like, oh, cool. Quiet Place prequel. Yeah.
No.
I was like, wait.
It's like,
wow.
We always try to, like, not but pause, but the consensus is that a prequel is just a cash grab to milk a franchise. I think A Quiet Place is probably the most deserving franchise to need a prequel. It's genius.
Maybe. It wasn't even like really like, I mean, it was just sort of like rewind. It wasn't like this explains it all. Like it was just like,
I don't need anything on the alien planet and them getting sent out to invade. But just
it wasn't like
we got the little snippet and the little tease at the beginning of part 2. But this is just oh shit, we just can't make noise if we want to live for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But
really
then
good. Just really good. Like
Lupita's whole arc, start to finish, chef's kiss.
Just immediately was like, this is going in a different direction than I thought. And it just like grabbed a hold of you, and it's like, no, we're going on this ride. You thought you were doing this, and it was going to be fun, and it's like, we're actually doing this for 2 hours. And it was just, like then eating the pizza, I was like, man,
I'm always down for eating pizza.
This is doing it differently than I was anticipating. That's one of my biggest surprises of the year.
And what I love about it is it sets it up. She's in hospice, so you already know what's going to happen to that person or the people there.
No.
I love that she went out on her terms. That's the part I love.
It was like, I'm ready to go, but I'm not ready to go. I'm not
to go.
This, my fucking pizza. And it was just like, okay, cool, just get her pizza, but it just, as it went on, like, it was just, and at first I was, she doesn't need a man. She doesn't need some fucking man helping her along. But that wasn't the gist at all. Like, she was, like, helping him, sort of, because he had no idea what the fuck was going on. And it was just this, she needed just somebody with her. He needed somebody with him. And it was just, we aren't in love. We're not doing anything weird. Like, it's just, we're just
existing. We're from two opposite sides of the planet. We just both happen to be here in this really weird time. And yeah, it was just different than what I was anticipating. Like immediately, even like the whole thing, like when they were sitting and the dude was doing the puppet show. Like, it's just like, this is weird. Like, this is framing it differently. This is like art. It's not just like Paramount presents Quiet Place prequel. Like, we've got the Rosemary's Baby fucking prequel coming out. That's what that looks like to me. It's like Rosemary's Baby prequel coming at you. It's like, this was just different. This was in a different league.
Like they did Pet Sematary.
Yes, exactly like they did Pet Sematary. This was not that.
Rocket, did you see Horizon?
No, I wanted to see it, but it wasn't in theaters long enough for me to see it. Like, they pulled that.
Big shocker.
Or Horizon. It's on Max now.
Of course it is.
I would tell people to watch it.
That and Watchers. So that and Watchers are out on, I think, Max right now. So I'm going to probably watch both of those.
Just the Horizon to me, it's not like phenomenal. Most of the people that watched it would agree. Like, it's not like an all-timer. Like, it's very much part one of at least two. I think he wants to do like 4 of them, and I'm like, this is it. You'll get 2. And it's an anthology. So it's just a bunch of things that we're probably never going to get in a theater again after this. Like, what's the last Western movie you just saw in the theater? Like, I got nothing.
That's a good question.
I can't even. Yeah, like the last, big, splashy Western epics that cost like $100 million, and it's like an anthology with this big ensemble cast. It's like, we don't do that anymore. They used to do that back in the 50s and 60s. How the West was won, and Once Upon a Time in the West, and these movies. They don't make movies like that anymore. That is. Dev Costner really invested his own money and time and effort, even left the TV show. Like, he was like, honestly, like, this is my passion project. I want to do this for the theater. Like, he probably got offers from streamers, and he's just like, no, this is a theatrical movie. I'm going to film it this way. I want it to be in. So that's why I went to see it. Even if it looked like dog shit to me, I was like, I have to go see this. I have to go see Megalopolis. For the same reason. I'm like, we're never going to get that again. Looks like shit to me. It probably won't even be good. But I'm like, it's getting an IMAX release. I gotta go see it.
Killers of the Flower Moon counts as a Western.
Do what?
Killers of the Flower Moon counts as a Western.
You talk about like cowboys.
Just to answer your question.
I guess, but even that's another good example. It's like, I saw that in IMAX. I was like, I can't believe this got an actual IMAX wide release. I was like, we won't do this. I did it with Napoleon, and I'm right. It's like, I saw those in the theater, and now I can't watch them if I don't have Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there. I can watch it on my computer.
I do think Killers of the Flower Moon will get a Criterion release. I think that if it comes out on physical, it'll give me a Criterion.
But Argyle won't.
No. It better.
My God. Argyle. I don't understand. Both probably won't coming out in a few months.
I don't.
In a few weeks, homie.
Yeah, weeks, months.
Like I was saying, the TV series Monarch. I love that show. Season 2, they're filming season 2 right now. We're not gonna get it. We're never gonna get that.
But Horizon was cool. Part 2 is coming out eventually. It was going to come out in August, and that made no sense. I was like, you're not going to put this on streaming or physical before August, then there's no point in putting out Part 2 in August. And they pushed it. As everybody was freaking out about that. I was like, they didn't pull it. They pulled it.
Yeah.
So are we agreed that our favorite June release was Inside Out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it right this time.
I didn't rant about it, though. I didn't gush about the movie because I was ranting about the physical media. But the movie is outstanding. It's really great.
Agreed.
July.
July.
It was a quiet place, but
4th of July, we got Despicable Me 4, we got Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, and we got Maxine. I saw 2 of those.
I
watched all of them on the same day. I had to plan out my day
Gosh.
meticulously. Yeah, I had to see Despicable Me at like 11 in the morning, and then I went home, ate lunch, watched Beverly Hills Cop, did something else, and then we went and saw Maxine at like 7 o'clock that night. It was like, I don't know, for some reason, and what was,
That feels like
I feel like I was
madness.
doing something the next day or something, or we were out of town. I can't remember, but for some reason it worked out the best. And I was like, if I just commit to it, I will watch all 3 on the same day.
Coming from a dude who has watched 3 consecutive movies in the theater on the same day, that sounds like
I
madness.
didn't do that. I liked all 3 of them too. Like Despicable Me was fun. Not the best of the
Yeah.
series. Not the worst.
I think it's better
Axel
than 3,
F.
but not as good as first 2.
Yeah. Axel F was good. I enjoyed it.
Better than 3.
It was kind of an example of like people are like, I would have loved to have seen this in the theater. But would you have?
No.
It seems like one of those movies that like they would have put out in the theater and then wouldn't have. It would have done like, Blade Runner numbers where it was like, I really thought this was going to do well, and it was like actually people don't really care. So I wasn't like furious that it got a Netflix release. It was more one of those things where it was like, I'm glad we got it.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was better than 3, which I don't even hate. And I enjoyed Maxine. I thought Maxine was really good. All 3 of those movies are really good.
I wonder if they're gonna eventually do like a box set for that for all 3.
I don't know. It's getting a 4K. They announced, and I'm like, Pearl didn't get a 4K, and neither did X.
There's going to be some kind of Walmart exclusive fuckery in October with that Maxine Blu-ray.
Probably.
I'm going to have to go through Amazon.
But Maxine was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I thought all 3 of those movies, I rewatched all 3 of them, and like they're both fun and good in their own ways. Pearl is still the best of the 3 to me.
Yeah, I'll see if you're right in October. I had assumed it was going to get that October release, so I like mapped out like, okay, I'll do the X trilogy, and I did it on a time where it'll already be out. So I guessed correctly.
Yeah. That
Oh,
was a
man.
good week. It's like it just happened though. Again.
It did. It was technically 2 months ago.
I know. I'm like, it feels like I just did that.
So let's move on to one of the most forgettable releases of the summer, which will only be available on streaming here soon. Fly Me to the Moon.
I like that movie.
I enjoyed Fly Me to the Moon. I had a lame theater experience
mid.
with Fly Me to the Moon, but I thought the movie was fine. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. But you're right though. Nobody's gonna remember it, and once again,
Yeah.
it'll never get a release.
I thought of people that were there, you would have thought it was Jurassic World, Fly Me to the Moon. Everybody in the fucking city was there.
Better subtitle than Rebirth.
And sitting beside each other and laughing and making noise and on their phones. And I was like, dude, all of you wanted to see this? I just kind of thought it would be cool to see it early. It had an early screening. And I was like, yeah, cool. All of you wanted to see this? You were all excited for Fly Me to the Moon?
Not at all.
That movie had Netflix energy.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad.
No.
I saw it in the theater. I thought it played well in the theater. I enjoyed the movie enough. I bought it as a true story, even though it's kind of one of those, like, did it really happen?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. It's like, I'd buy it. It was fun. But good performances, good chemistry.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Also an Apple Plus release.
That's
So
what I'm
Is
saying.
it?
Yeah.
yep.
Fly Me to the
I
Moon
thought
was
it
Apple.
was a Sony.
It was a co-production.
I thought it was a Sony. I'll never see it again.
So if it's a co-production, we might.
That's what I'm
might
saying. Like
get a
Argyle was also with Universal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Paramount? Who gives a shit? Why, it just doesn't make sense. How do you give something a wide theatrical release and then no physical release? A movie like that, like you give it nothing?
No, Argyle was Universal.
Argyle?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I know it didn't do well in the theater, but they're trying to make that into like another franchise. Because I guess it was there's a series of books, and that was like book number 5. They started out like, how would you do book 5?
I really enjoyed Argyle. I really had fun with Argyle.
So did I.
It was entertaining. It was technically part of, I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Argyle, it was technically part of the Kingsman series.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, are we getting another Kingsman?
That's why I need to know how it ties together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Also the same weekend. Here we go, Nick. Also the weekend to Fly Me to the Moon. Longlegs.
See, it was July.
It was July.
Longlegs rocked. But I think it's one of the more overrated movies this year.
For sure.
It was really good. It's really good. Randy, I think you'd like it.
No.
It's kind of similar to, Manhunter.
I'm just like, Jake asked me if I was gonna see it, and I told him, I was like, bro, like Nicolas Cage is playing like a satanic cult leader, like I'm out.
I mean, sorta. It's really just kind of like he's like a serial killer. It's like Manhunt type. And to me, that's when it worked the best. When it, it was. So many people were like, "Oh, it was so chilling. It chilled me to my core," and I was like, "It didn't chill me to my core like even once. I just thought it was cool. Like I was like, this is really good. The performances are good. The story's cool. I didn't like lose my mind over it though. Whereas like I kind of lost my mind a bit over The Quiet Place. Like I was like, wait, I'm losing my mind over this. This is really good. This is really sweet. These characters are really good, and it's really awesome." I was like, I didn't lose my mind over Longlegs, but I thought it was really cool. And I like that it did really well. I lost my mind over 2. That was like one of 3 neon horror movie releases this year, and I liked the other 2 more than Longlegs. I thought Immaculate was crazy, and Cuckoo, which came out later, I also thought was like absolutely
great.
See,
and that I guess we'll get to that one here in a little bit. But I told Eric, if Jessica Henwick dies, I don't want to see it.
It's something, all right.
Oh boy, Randy ain't seeing it.
That movie, it was really something to me. But Longlegs was cool. It was cool. I don't need a Longlegs 2, although like they could make a Longlegs 2.
Rocket
is like the way it goes. I'm like, you could make another one.
If it was called Short Legs, would you watch it? The sequel?
You can make little baby legs. It's like, oh no, it's baby legs.
That's a Deadpool spinoff. Just Winnie the Pooh in it.
Oh fuck! I'm regular legs. Why can't it ever just be regular legs?
Just legs.
Yeah.
Crab legs, lobster legs.
No legs. God, it's No Legs Johnson.
Longlegs. Directed by the son of Anthony Perkins.
The guy from fucking Legally
Blonde.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I knew Osgood Perkins. I was like, yeah, he's Anthony Perkins' son. And then it was just like, it never clicked to me until like...
I saw it among the hype.
I don't know, Gretel and Hansel. I was like, wait. What? I'm going to have to watch his other stuff. I've seen Gretel and Hansel. And he did... It was called The Blackcoat's Daughter. I've never seen that.
Rocket, do you have Longlegs reaction, or do we move to My Spy, The Eternal City?
My Spy, The Eternal City, which I also have not seen.
I was about to say, Nick, you're the only one that watched that.
I did. For some reason, it's fine. It's exactly as good as it looks. It's exactly the movie it promises to be.
That's not the
best.
best.
The sequel to My Spy that came out like 4 years ago.
During COVID.
It's exactly... Yeah. And wasn't that supposed to be in theaters?
Pretty sure.
And then didn't it put on like Prime or something?
Yeah, it did.
I would have watched it in theaters.
I watched it. I remember thinking it was fine. And then this was like fine, but like not as good as that. I was like, yeah, it's fine.
I can rarely commit to streaming movies, but if My Spy would have been in theaters, I would have wasted the money on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to commit, like you said, like to streamers. Like I'll try to put them on my radar. And a lot of times I'll be late. I'll be like, I can push that, I guess.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be a director I want to see, or a sequel like Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, it's like, it's actors I like. I'm like, give me something. Can't just be Atlas.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like I'm not turning on
be
Netflix.
Atlas.
I'm not turning on Paramount. I'm not turning on Max just to fucking watch something that's trending. Fuck yourself.
Yeah,
We all enjoyed Twisters, correct?
Yeah.
it's rocked.
Twisters was really
That was
good.
fun. Yeah, it was fun as hell. Good in the theater. Twisters is a good sign to me. It's like people want to go to the theater to see movies like this.
Yes.
Not every movie has to be Twisters,
No.
but it's like, to me, it's like a really good sign. It's like, that's how you do it. Like I said earlier, it's like you advertise it. It's like, go see it in IMAX. Go see it where you get water sprayed on you. Go see it with a bunch of people. just you know, you just
Need the
Advertising.
Gallagher plastic sheet.
yeah, like just go get your shit rocked in the
He's
theater.
gonna
Like
do
don't
the
sit at home
Gallagher.
and watch it on your laptop.
I think it's made at least close to 350 worldwide. I'm not sure.
Didn't it kind of like underperform worldwide? Like it did really well here, but it didn't do as well in like China.
It's at
Yeah, like
356.
it did well in the States, but it didn't do well overseas. But I think it's been
Weird.
catching.
It's at
But there's so much of it
356
that's like,
on a 155 budget.
What it made?
356.7.
yeah,
And I don't even think
Not
the total
bad.
out for this weekend.
I think that warrants-
probably make a little bit more.
I think that warrants a movie called Twisters with 2 S's.
with a Z,
With a Z.
with Twisters.
Twiz.
Twister.
But like,
Or just put a
it was fun as hell.
Twisters
There's
with a
lot of it that
3.
was like,
Twisters with a 3 where the
Yeah.
E is.
Twisters. Bunch of threes. A lot of it was like, you know, maybe it was just like, it was like that faux American culture. Like, it was like big ass trucks, fucking rodeos. We go to rodeos over here, and it's like, we really don't, but
In
they
Oklahoma.
do there. It's like, yeah, we got big ass trucks where we haul our fucking storm chasing stuff. What about it? And so maybe in China they were like, nah,
Mhm.
can't relate.
We don't have
We're good.
tornadoes. Not for me.
Attending rodeos, but it rocked. It was a lot of fun. Good, like summer,
Yeah.
just like a classic like summer blockbuster type. Like,
Is that it for July, or is there anything I missed?
I feel like there's something like one big ass movie. Maybe it was like a little indie movie.
One big ass movie with comic accurate outfits. We all thought Deadpool and Wolverine was dog shit, right?
Yep.
That's a lie. I loved it. It's my favorite movie of the year. I might go see it for a 3rd time tomorrow, and I'm not ashamed to say that.
The movie's
It's one of
great.
those, like, I didn't claw my eyes out over it. Like I loved it. It
Yes.
was entertaining as hell. I loved it. But it's one of those things that's like, it's like if I went to see it again and again, it would just be to like show people. It was like I like showed my friend. Like I was like, you really need to enjoy. Like it's a big deal for Hugh Jackman to still be playing this character after
Yes.
24 years.
Yes.
Mhm.
You can't just like go and just watch it. And it's like you can, but it's like it's better if you've been watching it since you were like 10. But at least go back and watch
14.
you know, the old ones, watch Logan. So that would be to kind of like show people. It's like, same with like No Way Home a couple years ago. Like it was like, I really want to show you what they do with this. But you have to enjoy it on the same level as me.
Yeah.
It's not just like, ooh, cameos, ooh. It's like, Tobey Maguire playing Spider-Man really meant something to like me.
Yes.
So it's a big deal. It's like, I want to share this with you. I want to show you this. It's like Jennifer Garner as Elektra means something to me, even if it wasn't great. It's like that means something. Wesley Snipes is Blade. Like that's
Yes.
important. That was my favorite thing about the movie. It wasn't just that it was cameos. Who drew its cameos?
Nah.
It was acknowledging like this was important stuff, and the little thing at the end.
Yeah.
It's like this is something. You know,
The Fox era of Marvel. We don't have the MCU without the Fox era of Marvel movies, and
no.
despite all the highs and lows, the movie as a whole meant something to the people involved, and
It's
to the people that
important, yeah.
we grew up with. Like,
Yes.
I'm
That was my
I'm
favorite thing.
19. I'm 19 in the theater looking at Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four. Like, she is the most beautiful creature ever created.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. It's like we didn't necessarily expect it to be. At least I just remember, like in my day, it's like it's not that we expected it to be good. Like there wasn't like there was like this expectation now that there wasn't 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like Ghost Rider looks insane. Nicolas Cage is Ghost Rider. I don't think it's going to be good. Do I think it's going to be great? No. But it's like, holy shit, that it was like a level of, I can't believe they're making a Ghost Rider movie. A Daredevil movie.
Yeah.
Insane to me. There's no fucking way. I'm 13. There's no way this is happening right now. Daredevil movie.
Exactly. Like,
and it's like now, if they made a Daredevil movie, it would have to peak, or it's mid. It's a mid flop. Oh, they didn't make peak. It's like, no. You listen to yourself. You're not. No, like a Daredevil movie was insane to me 20 years ago.
yeah.
So
we all
don't have it, like you said, without them dipping their toes with the X-Men. The X-Men movies were like a litmus test. They didn't have the colored suits. You're welcome. Like they tested the waters first. It's like we had to do the black leather suits. We had to do a few characters. We couldn't have 50, 100 characters up there. It wouldn't have worked 25 years ago. It works now because we had it.
Yeah.
With the way it was. We don't get Spider-Man swinging through Doctor Strange's portals back and forth to punch Thanos in the face with an assist from the Guardians of the Galaxy if we don't have Fox's X-Men and like Fantastic Four. Like we don't get it without them tiptoeing and paving the way. And I like that this acknowledged it was like they did just kind of get rid of those. Like they were just no Daredevil 2, no Elektra 2. We're not doing another Blade. We're not doing no more Fantastic Four. We're just gonna keep. And so instead of just sweeping it away, that was my favorite part, like by far, of the movie, was that it was like, that instead of just look at the cameos. Look, Eric Bana's in it for no reason, and look, Nicolas Cage is in it. It's like no, we don't need that. It's like it actually.
We'll get there. We're not there yet. Yeah, but it's like we all grew up in a time where we were just glad to get these motherfuckers, and we don't.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner did their thing. We got that quick little reference to Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and
funny.
It's like we're not bashing an Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania in 2002. We're just like, wow, they made an Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. People would be like, okay, yeehaw. And it's like, no, they looked at what worked. Blade worked. Now, I don't necessarily know if Blade, it's like without Blade, we don't have the MCU. It's like Blade is something. When the Batman movies have fizzled out, it's like Blade is something.
Yeah.
X-Men is something. And then we have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, which to me is like the pinnacle. Like that's when it was like, okay, comic book movies are they're a thing now. We need to make as many as we can. I'm not saying that was the best approach either, but it's like we got a Hulk movie. That was insane to me. We got a Punisher movie that I actually like committed to the bit with like the skull and everything.
Yep.
It was like that. Is it good? It's like, who gives a shit? It's a Punisher movie. It's going to be good enough, and it was.
Not everything has to be Infinity War now.
Yeah, we all look back at those movies, like, it's like, was the Hulk with Eric Bana good? Yeah. I mean, it's like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when it came out. Was Daredevil good? Yeah, I enjoyed it when it came out. It's like, were the Fantastic Four movies good? No, they were pretty stupid, but like I enjoyed
watched them both in the theater.
Ghost Rider, it's like I watched the fuck out of it.
Same.
So it's like Iron Man was kind of the turning point where it was like I didn't expect this to be that good.
Yeah.
That's insane. I love that it was like the best movie I saw that year, and then it was the movie that followed had to be that good, and then you had the 1-2 punch of like Iron Man and The Dark Knight, where it was like okay, every movie is either this.
Comic book
Or
movies
Jonah
can be
Hex.
art. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, every movie's either this or Green Lantern. Like, there's not going to be any mid anymore, and it's just like, whatever happened to Daredevil? I miss Daredevil. I miss the Fantastic Four is like a perfect example. Like, it was fine.
So,
Like
Rocket,
Trinity, fuck it. I'll watch it.
Daredevil thoughts before we go to August? I mean, Deadpool?
Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's
Funny you mentioned
like,
Daredevil.
That's okay.
I'm like, which one of it? Nah, like I said, I think the two ranged. The first two were like, I think the first one made like 735, and then the other one made just a little bit more than that. And this is basically
Cleaning
gonna,
all
by
the
the
plates.
time it's done, yep, it's gonna basically make as much as the first two combined, or at least close to it. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's everybody wanted this movie. They've been talking about, like, well, at least him and Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman playing their characters about it for a while. So, I think it's up there for movie of the year for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Movie event of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it's in my top 10, but it's like movie event of
It
the
is
year.
for me.
I agree with that. I think it's definitely the movie event of the year.
It just
Because-
worked. Everybody just wanted it to work.
Yeah,
It's not even
because
like we're flying away for it. It's just like, I just want it to work.
I mean, ever since they announced it, like I said, Ryan Reynolds is great at marketing on social media. He's fantastic. And ever since that first trailer, when he says, "You want to play Wolverine one more time, you?" and Hugh Jackman goes up and he goes, "Yeah."
Whatever.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That whole thing, from that point right there, people were saving their money. If they weren't going to the movie theater only for this one movie for that year, that's what was happening. So,
Hard agree.
I'm hoping they do it for Captain America. It's like I said, I don't root against the MCU. It's like we said, I was pretty young when it started. I was 18. I was still pretty young, so I
Just
still
a
kind of had
pup.
the starry-eyed, like, Iron Man, this is fucking crazy. I can't believe this is so good. So, movies that, as a comic book kid, like, everybody always says that, but I'm like, these kids, they weren't reading comic books. They were kids. They were watching the movies. They were watching these. They were watching
The
Tobey Maguire.
movies.
Like, I literally used to sit in my bedroom with a fucking book and be like, Daredevil, this is so cool. And seeing Daredevil on the cartoon show was, like, huge for me.
Yeah.
So, again, it's like seeing, like, Mike and seeing the Daredevil trailer play. Like, it was like, I still kind of have that. Like, I still kind of hold that regard. So, like, I don't root against the MCU.
Yeah,
I hope we stay in the upward momentum.
I think
I'm
we are.
hoping. Captain America looks good.
Yep. So,
Thunderbolts will be cool, I
did
hope.
either of you have a favorite July release that wasn't Deadpool?
Probably not. Right? Like, probably not. I don't think any of the other ones had. Twisters was really good.
Twisters was
great.
really good. So, the weekend of August the 2nd, let's start with Nick's favorite movie of the year, Bike Riders Bullshit. It's definitely Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Dude, my fucking theater down the street still has a bunch of crayons. Like,
Because
you go and there's like a
nobody
table,
saw that shit.
and nobody took the crayons. I feel bad, but I'm like, I didn't care. I'm sorry. Once I don't care about something,
Yeah.
bad.
We all
I
saw
cared about
Trap,
If,
though.
For whatever reason, If, I was like, yeah, I'll go see If. And it looks like the same kind of bullshit, but it was the Harold and the Purple Crayon. I was like, nope, do not care.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just marketing, but nope.
yeah, it definitely got lost because, like, I remember I heard it's coming out, and then I didn't hear nothing. Like, I did not see one trailer for this thing either.
I don't think I saw a legitimate. I'm trying to think. I probably did, but I blacked it out. Like, I just didn't care. Didn't care. Did not care about it.
But did we all saw Trap?
Definitely saw Trap. Saw trailers for that. I was locked in as soon as the first trailer came out. I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could not be more in.
Trailer
I'm
was
so
good.
seated.
That trailer
Trap
was
was
really
okay.
good.
But yeah, I think they showed too much in the trailer.
Most definitely.
because again, like I said, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then as you're watching it, you're kind of like, I don't know if there is another shoe. This is just kind of the shoe. So it's like we showed so much in the trailer, and it's really like, why would he be trying to get out of there if he wasn't the killer?
Rocket, you saw it, right?
No, I've not seen Trap.
I've not seen Trap.
Okay, then I was
supposed to go see Trap.
I was about to spoil those shoes.
Trap, and then plans changed, so I haven't yet to see Trap.
Trap is fun. Trap is entertaining. Like I said, I don't know if I loved it.
We'll see.
But I was like this the whole time.
It was crazy when we found out that Josh Hartnett has been dead the whole movie.
Whole movie. He's actually like trying to butcher people, and then he finds out the trees are already doing it for him.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And then this hot girl comes out of the pool.
Yeah, it's what?
The only thing I heard about Trap was that it was a showcase for Shyamalan's other daughter as a singer.
It's not.
That's what I basically.
It wasn't not that.
Let's see when.
So it was like
when they show Bruce Willis and James McAvoy as audience members in during the concert. That was crazy.
It's like, oh fuck. And then he's going on stage to like be the butcher. Samuel Jackson just comes out of nowhere. It's like no.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, he's fucking. But I don't know. I didn't love Trap, but I'm glad we got Trap. I'm glad that we keep giving M. Night Shyamalan money to do whatever he wants. Like I say, you put his name on something, I'm there. Like, I don't care. We are so far past he's a hack from like 10 plus years ago that everybody was trying to do when he had like a couple movies that weren't that great. Like, we're so far past
one bad movie, he just didn't understand the source material, and that's okay.
You could argue, like, After Earth was kind of a swing and a miss. Last Airbender was definitely a swing and a miss.
That's the one.
The Happening, you can make an argument for, like, The Happening and The Lady in the Water, but it's like...
No.
Yeah, it's like that's... I don't even think of this. Like, when you think of Shyamalan, I'm like, his recent string is still, like...
Bangers.
You know, it's like I'm in the theater like this. Why are they getting old? I'm just like, well, they're getting old. They're at the fucking cabin. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not like they're masterpieces, but it's like I'm there. I'm locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Trap. I'm like,
all right. So
thing is a trap.
It ends with us. Borderlands Cuckoo Weekend. Rocket, I understand that you loved Borderlands. Like you've already pre-ordered the 8K.
No. Hell no. I love the games. Games are great.
Yeah.
I remember playing the game.
The movie
like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm good. I just saw I think I have not seen the movie, but I just think they miscasted quite a few people when it came to this movie.
Definitely odd casting.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Kevin Hart's...
tell you.
So I don't even like really remember it. But wasn't like Kevin Hart's character kind of like a big like badass type guy?
Yes, that was and I love Kevin.
That's
Hart.
what I'm telling you. I guarantee they offered that role to The Rock, and it was like, okay, well, let's just go with Kevin Hart.
And like Kate Blanchett, not to besmirch beat Kate Blanchett, who is very hot and got to be hot in the film Borderlands, and I think that's important because she's like over 50.
Yes.
We don't let hot people be hot very often.
Yes.
But isn't her character like considerably younger, like in the game?
Yes.
Like 20s, maybe 30.
Ariana
That kind
Greenblatt.
of
Don't get me
like
wrong.
a thing in the movie where it was like my mother and all this stuff. It's like your mother. You've been walking around for decades.
And Jamie Lee
She could
Curtis.
go, or she could be younger. In she doesn't. It's not like she looks like 50 something.
No.
Like
I mean,
said,
Kate Blanchett is Kate Blanchett. She's an Academy Award winner. But then you got Jamie Lee.
About the cast.
No, but Jamie Lee Curtis is in there. Like I said, I haven't not seen the movie, but the one miscast, and I love Kevin Hart. What's Kevin Hart's character? It's like, what? Like when I heard him in it, I thought like
he wasn't like. It's like you. The only thing, like he's not really bad in the movie.
He wasn't even the comic relief.
But yeah, he wasn't. All of his like charisma and like the comedy that he usually brings to the table. It's like they gave to Jack Black, who's a robot.
Yeah.
It was like
Claptrap.
Yeah.
Claptrap's going to be the comedic relief, and the little kid is going to be the comedic relief, and like Kevin Hart has to be the straight man to the little kid. I'm like, if you don't have the yin and yang dynamic of like central intelligence
where they're both kind of the comic relief and the straight man.
Yeah.
The other guys is also a really good example. It's like, if you don't have that, then he needs to be the comic relief. As he just has to be. It's not that he's bad, but it's like, if you're not doing straight seriousness, just having him be there is just kind of a waste. It's like, he's not that funny. The little kid is being funny, and the robot is being funny. I didn't hate the cast, though. Like I said, this and Thor Ragnarok had the decency to let Cate Blanchett be hot. And I think that's very important. Like, let her be hot. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad that she was in this. But also, just kind of blah. Like, to me, like, worst.
In the way I was talking about If and not seeing it coming, I didn't see it coming.
I didn't care when it came. That's my
true.
thing with Borderlands. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I just didn't care. Like, to me, it was very blah. Like, when it had like 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that, I was like, okay,
4%.
Let's relax. It was like 1 or 2 or something. It was like, all right, we need to relax. But at the same time, if I'm giving it a review, I'm not giving it like a positive review. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
If it had done well,
it was there.
And they made a Borderlands 2, I'd go see it. It's kind of like Uncharted a couple of years ago. Like, it really didn't do much for me.
Is it on digital right now? Or you can
probably
see it on streaming or some shit like that?
Yeah, it's on digital now.
They're supposedly cooking an Uncharted 2.
Yeah, they waited too long.
But let's.
I agree. Uncharted 2 should have been come out already.
So hey, you guys can go cuckoo real quick.
Cuckoo was crazy. Cuckoo was so good. More people need to go see Cuckoo.
I heard it won awards at the film festival. People were talking about it. I have not seen it, but I didn't get my theater didn't get nothing for it. Didn't get nothing.
Blew me away. Like, I don't know, like,
you said that Shorty died.
Cuckoo was crazy. Like, by the time we got to the end of Cuckoo, my now like I don't want to set it up, but I was just like, I don't know, like for some reason, like, it just like floored me. The more it went on and just kind of unraveled,
and you don't necessarily 110% really understand what's going on at any given time, but it's just Hunter Schafer was so good, and Dan Stevens really had a run this year. Was really good, and
Godzilla Kong, Abigail.
Yeah. Well, that's why I heard Dan Stevens was real good in this.
Yeah, he's like real mustache twirly type, and it's like unhinged. It is absolutely no movie has lived up to its title this year as much as Cuckoo. Like, I was just, it floored me. And there were some kids there that left early. And I was like, this is a banger.
Kids don't get it. This is great. They were the only ones. It was like a full theater. Like, a bunch of people like my age went to go see it. And it was these little kids behind me, like, little Gen Z, and they left. And they were the only ones. Like, you could just tell the vibe was like, where the fuck are they going? Like, everybody was like, this is amazing to me. Like, we're loving this, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, I loved Cuckoo. Another horror movie that will get 0 awards recognition. That, like, blew my mind. Like, I was just like, wow. It's really high up in my ranking of the year.
Let me ask you this, Nick, then. Do you think Cuckoo is better than Longlegs?
Ooh.
I enjoyed it more than Longlegs.
Okay.
I said that and Immaculate were both neon releases. Immaculate was Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I heard that was really good, too. It's not what you think it is. That's what I heard. Like,
her performance is unbelievable in Immaculate, and it will get nothing by the time awards season runs around. Lupita, watch it. Like, Lupita will get nothing for A Quiet Place. The girl from The First Omen will get nothing. The Micah Monroe for Longlegs is, to me, she blew Nicolas Cage out of the water. To me, her performance was the thing in Longlegs. She'll get nothing.
Lupita got overlooked for Us. I mean, not showing love to horror performances is nothing new.
Maxine, Mia Goth was great in Maxine, just like she was great in the other 2 movies. She'll get nothing. Also, Kevin Bacon was really great in Maxine. I didn't really talk about Maxine. You guys didn't see Maxine. It was a lot of fun. Been a lot of, like, horror releases this year that really, like, knocked my block off. That will just get nothing.
What about Callie Spaney and Alien
Okay.
Romulus?
Kevin Spacey was great in Alien and Civil War.
Yes.
Mhm.
Civil War will get nothing when
Agreed.
awards season rolls around. I think Stephen McKinley Henderson should get nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Civil War. He won't.
He won't.
Kirsten Dunst is fantastic in Civil War.
Yeah.
Won't get anything.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that
Katie Spaney, she pissed me off in Civil War though.
There's so many movies that are going to get overlooked
Yeah.
for bad release dates.
Yep. It's a shame.
But
All these actresses. Damn, Jodie Comer and the Bike Riders. To me, that's like, in any other year, that's like a front runner for Best Actor.
yes.
In any year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
bitch shit.
Rocket, did you see
Anyway.
Alien?
Nope.
You're killing me in August, bro.
No Alien?
I seen Alien. I just want to see
Call
her.
Blake
Yeah.
Lively
Oh.
Alien.
Nah, I think Alien
Oh, wait.
Romulus.
You saw It Ends With Us? You want to talk about It Ends With Us?
I've not seen that.
Don't lie.
I did not.
You-
Nah, I
Again,
did not see that.
We all skipped It
just
Ends
the
With
rare
Us.
movie.
Nah.
Just the rare movie that I just didn't care about.
Yeah.
There's really nothing against the movie. I didn't care about the drama.
I just don't
I
want to
like Blake
watch
Lively.
domestic violence, the movie.
Yeah, and Taylor was even in the trailer, and I was like, this isn't me. This isn't like,
Yeah.
it's like the new Nicholas Sparks. Like when that comes, I'm like,
Yeah.
no
Nah, I'm good.
offense. I don't wish that we don't have these movies. Bring back the chick flick. I'm fine with it. I'm like, it just wasn't like, I didn't care. I was just like, not for me.
That's. I'm the same way.
It's not, you know.
I'm the
People in
same
the
way.
theaters, I love that it made money. You know, maybe the director's a creep, maybe not. There's a lot of back and forth. I don't know
Yeah.
True.
to say. I don't care.
So
Oh
there's
shit! It's made a quarter of a mil.
I know. Yeah, it's
A quarter of a billion. I mean, excuse me. So
I-
yeah, it's
I
made
saw
250.
Borderlands.
250. Yeah. So
I went and saw Borderlands instead. So who am I?
hold that L. So that Alien weekend, we got that jackpot on Prime movie. We got The Union with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry on Netflix, but Romulus was the big release that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Solid. I didn't
Romulus
love
was
it.
something.
Yeah.
The Union. When I say a movie is something, The Union is what I'm not talking about. The Union was nothing. It wasn't bad. It
Oof.
wasn't good. It was Netflix algorithm. The movie. I watched it because Mark Wahlberg, Halle Berry, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. Should have been in theaters. And then you watch it, and it's just
No wonder it
For
wasn't
me.
in theaters.
every movie you've ever seen. It's like, oh, that's a real kind of famous actor who disappears in the first act. Yeah, I probably shouldn't feel like that's important, and then it's important later, and it's like, I called that. Kind of like Thanksgiving. You ever watch the movie Thanksgiving?
Yes, we saw
Where
Thanksgiving.
Like, there's one famous actor in the whole movie, and everyone else is like either like a teenager or like a B, C tier actor.
I'm
and
sorry,
you're
I
like,
didn't know Patrick Dempsey was the killer.
it's like, you know, there's one kind of really famous actor in this, and he's just kind of playing a ho-hum part. It'd be a real shame if he played a bigger part later in the movie, and he does. Called that.
All right, let's
Called that. That's kind of what the Union was.
kind of
But
combine.
Alien-
What's up?
It's like, but Alien was cool. Big swings. We talked about it 2 weeks
I
ago.
liked it. I enjoyed it.
It was cool. I didn't love it.
It
It's not
took
my
risks.
favorite Alien movie. It's right down the middle.
Literally.
I like that it's doing well enough.
I think if you take the Alien franchise, I think it's the third best Alien movie.
No,
Well,
You
you're
don't think so?
you're misinformed,
disagree.
sir.
I have it
It's
right
fifth.
in the middle of
It's-
my Alien movie.
It's dead ass fifth.
I have it right in the middle. I think Covenant is great. I don't know. I've decided that Covenant is great to me. And Prometheus to me was better than Romulus.
Hard
Romulus,
agree.
Like, it's cool. There's things about it that I really love. I like that we're still doing the weird swings in our third act of our Alien movies. Even if they don't work, it's like, that was weird. It's just the one thing with the talking robot that I really was like, I hate.
You know.
And they keep
Yeah.
doing it.
Check out
In
our
the
last
whole
episode
movie.
for what he's talking about, guys.
You know what? I will give you. I would say for me, it's fourth. I would throw Prometheus in there ahead of that.
And it didn't have any of the. It's like for all the practical effects, we're gushing about our practical effects use. We got an 8-foot guy to do the thing at the end, and we got all the practical effects, and we did that.
Yeah, that part of the movie did not work for me.
No, and they kept going. They just kept doing it. It's like, okay, maybe one scene I could have relaxed. Kind of like Rogue One. It's like, okay, we got one scene with Peter Cushing, who's been dead for like 40 years, is still alive. But it's one little scene, so you have to assume that his family's cool with it, and it's like, all right, well. But
So,
this wasn't that, and they just kept doing it, and it's bothered me.
let's end August just by combining The Crow and Blink Twice and Strange Darling and Reagan and Afraid, and because pretty sure either
It's
Trap or
two-part.
Alien was all our favorite movie. Huh?
Just combine them all into one kick-ass movie with The
Oh,
Crow
yeah.
and Reagan.
Yeah, so
Like Twice was really good.
that means we're gonna make, if we're gonna combine everything I just said, that means we're gonna make Ronald Reagan this killer in Strange Darling. Sorry, Kyle Gallner. And
I've not seen Strange Darling.
I want to.
I don't even know what that's even about.
I've got it's like these little movies that you hear are really good, and you look, and it's like they aren't playing anywhere.
'Cause I think
Or like I said,
Shorty from
Like
the
you and I
Scream
said-
TV series is dope, and she was also in Reacher season 1. So I'm interested in her work.
it's.
If I can
I
get
feel like these movies are like what Randy said. He got a trailer for Babes. I didn't even heard. Like I didn't even know. And it's already out on physical. Like
Yep.
I'm like, never even knew that shit was out.
I was
So, I mean-
Afraid the other day, and stupid movie, by the way, but I went and saw it, and the trailer for Terrifier 3 played in the theater
Interesting.
for the actual trailer. It played like with the ads.
That's weird.
And they've been doing that with some movies for the past few years.
That's
that was
weird.
the only time I saw the Boy Kills World trailer was like that.
So weird.
There was that movie about the spiders, like the killer spiders.
Sting.
Yeah, something.
It's called
I
Eight-Legged
saw it.
Freaks.
And then they come out and they don't do anything. And it's like, what? And it's like, you didn't. That's not marketing.
Like people aren't even in the theater to see this.
Yeah.
Terrifier's not really a good example because I feel like that movie is already like building itself up. I'm
It
like,
has its built-in audience.
these movies don't do that well, and they come out and it's like, well, who went and saw it? Nobody.
Nobody.
1992, I think, was another example. I think I only
Oh,
ever
yeah.
saw that trailer like in the ads.
I just saw Tyrese
like-
selling that shit. I never saw a trailer.
Okay. Ray Liotta? It's like, how long ago did you make this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No shit.
But Blink Twice was really good. Really good, actually. The Crow was really good. Really great.
For like a 5-minute sequence.
Liar.
Afraid was nothing. It was nothing. The movie. The Union was nothing. The movie. They kind of gave up on August this year, other
Yeah.
than Alien.
Mhm.
Besides
was like
Alien
the one that was,
and Trap, August was kind of poo. And Blink Twice.
yeah, Trap,
I hear it.
Alien, Blink Twice was good, but your theater didn't even get Blink Twice.
No.
did it?
No. No.
Really?
No.
Blink Twice is a horror movie. Again,
I'm telling you, they had this
it's not
big
really
ass,
being
like,
marketed.
my theater, the entrance to my theater is in the mall. You walk inside, take that left, it's right there. There's a bench right inside the door. For weeks, like early July, weeks, they had this big ass fucking tarp of Blink Twice with Channing Tatum holding the camera. So I'm like, cool, this movie looks good. I dig the trailer. It looks like some kind of like close relative of Get Out. I will be
It
there
is
opening
similar.
weekend. and nothing.
Yeah,
We got The Crow
that's great.
and nothing. But we got
That's
Reagan
great.
and Afraid this weekend.
Reagan?
Yes.
That's so weird.
Because I'm in
Again,
I'm in
not have
Republican
less interest.
fucking filled military town.
Zero interest. I'm sorry.
No.
It looks like a fake movie. I thought
And
it was fake.
I'm usually a sucker for any kind of biopic, and I just
No.
hard pass.
Sorry, Reagan. Sorry, Amy Winehouse.
Sorry,
You
Mr.
have to give me a
Mr.
real
Quaid.
movie. Yeah.
Sorry,
Dennis
Dennis.
Quaid. Like, he seems like he should be cooler than he is.
Doesn't he?
He's in a Substance that's coming out. I'm like, I feel like you have to be cool to be in that movie. I feel like that's some kind of movie you have to be cool to get
Oh
that script.
yeah, he's doing that freaky Demi Moore movie, right?
Yeah. You gotta be cool for that script to come across your desk. You gotta be cool if your son is Jack Wade. You gave me Jack Wade. You gotta be cool, right?
Jack, I shot out on my daddy's dick.
Yeah. That's true.
You
Like,
put them buttery nuts all up
Reagan?
in my mama.
I was like, Reagan, the movie? Like,
Yeah,
missed me with
No,
I'm sorry.
was he making some shit in the early 80s and Ronald Reagan was just like, if they ever make a movie about me, cowpoke, I don't know what Ronald
Mhm.
Reagan sounds
You
like
watch
at all,
Reagan?
but I want you to play me.
Yeah. You can watch
I'm good.
Alan Rickman play Ronald Reagan in the movie The Butler.
he looks more like Ronald Reagan.
Speaking of-
than,
Nick, that's up your alley, Nick. Are you going to watch that Lee Daniels horror movie about Indiana?
Oh, it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yes.
it's not on my radar. It looks pretty bad.
I've heard it's pretty bad.
I've heard it's pretty
I don't-
bad.
I don't think so.
Where'd it go? I want to
Just
let
the
me
Inheritance or whatever it's called, or
yeah, I want to name drop a title right quick, but it just like disappeared.
Deliverance. The Deliverance?
The Deliverance. Not with John Voight, not with Burt Reynolds.
we already have one of those. My The Deliverance
There
is
it
a
is.
real movie.
Yeah, Lee Daniels, Andra Day, Glenn Close, Anjanae Ellis-Taylor, Caleb McLaughlin, Omar Epps, Monique. Solid cast. It's just
That's what I'm saying. Like,
not my flavor.
I've been saying for years, like, Monique is a fucking Oscar winner. And I know she had some kind of, like, issues with Lee Daniels himself, if I'm not mistaken. Because he did
Sounds like that got resolved.
Precious, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Did he?
Pretty sure. That was
Yeah.
his, like, thing. And, like, I know she had some, like, issues with him and, like, Hollywood as a whole. But I've always been like, you know, how do you give someone an Academy Award and then, like, shut them out? Be like, no, we don't want them in stuff. Have you ever watched the movie Almost Christmas? That was, like, one of the only things I've seen her in over the last, like, 15 years. And she's
Yeah.
really
Is that with Danny Glover?
Yeah, like it's just like one of those like little ensemble Christmas movies, but it's funny, and she's really funny in it. And I've always just
Almost
like,
Christmas
she
is
has
good,
an
yeah.
Academy Award. Like she's got an
Academy Award of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. She's insane and Precious. If you've ever watched that movie, it's an insane performance
No.
from Monique. But I'm probably not gonna watch The Deliverance. I haven't seen a trailer, and it sounds pretty wacky.
Just can't bring myself to do it. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the format of going month by month, and let's say for shits and gigs that our favorite movie of the month was Alien Romulus.
The Crow.
Mine
would
might
have been twice.
be Trap.
Twice. Twice was probably mine.
Alien.
I
Or The
don't think
Crow.
Rocket saw anything released in August.
Barely.
But-
I'm
We
barely.
saw The Crow.
barely.
Going month by month took way longer than I thought it would. And but honestly, this is probably like a 20-minute conversation without your fucking Inside Out physical media streaming rant ass.
Fuck that.
I'll be back.
Fuck it.
I'll be back and put a
Stupid
cap
steelbook.
on this shit. And then I don't know what we're talking about in 2 weeks. Probably some kind of Tim Burton-esque Beetlejuice reaction, because that's how we get down. It's Rec League. Ho. Yo. Hey yo, I am not here for the fame and the anxiety, forcing myself to look the other way when shit doesn't fly with me. Bi-weekly, I just like to remind y'all that I am skillful with a syllable. What I do with the verbal is a miracle. All rappers killable. They know Mark Grayson. Not at all invincible. We can find a replacement for the sensitive and the egotistical. So watch yourself, cause we can get mystical. All bars intentional. Motherfuckers see me and upset that we not identical. Cause I am built different. Y'all fake it to look cool and call that shit a commitment. Claim y'all making me sweat, but the perspiration is non-existent. Out here with a flow like the crow. It don't matter where it begins. If a rapper ever kill me, I am coming back a year later and I'm getting revenge. And chill till the next episode.